What a gorgeous day for baseball here at Citizens Bank Park, and the Phillies are fresh off a victory last night against the Colorado Rockies. There's a lot to do here at Citizens Bank Park even before the first pitch. But first pitch is upon us. It's the Rockies and the Phils, Game 2 of a 3-game series. Hi, everybody. I'm Tom McCarthy, joined by Ben Davis. He has poison ivy. Jimmy Rollins, he doesn't have a P on his shirt, but we are ready to go for today's ball game. Phillies won last night. It was a very impressive victory, and part of the reason the Phillies are successful, Jimmy, and you know this better than anybody, top of the order's been doing their job.
They have. Andrew's been getting a lot of walks in. He's doing what he does. He understands what it's like to have guys on base. Segura's getting multiple hits. 16 out of his 34 starts this year have been multiple hit games. And then you get Drew showing the power aspect. I think sometimes people forget that he was a third-place hitter. So he understands the importance of what it's like to have guys on base, guys in scoring position, and now that's him. He's been patient all the time. You got a guy like Segura who can move the ball around behind him, and you need that. He gets on base. With the way they play defense, he opens up so many holes that you could put your 3 and 4 hitters in an easy position to drive in runs, and that's what you want to do. Those guys get on, like they used to say, you go, we go. If they go, the team goes.
And Gene has been so good in the first inning, and Jimmy certainly knows something about that. All right, now you look at the back end of the game, and the bullpen has really done its job, particularly over the last several weeks.
Yeah, I always said this team is only going to go as far as the starting pitching will take them. Well, last night Cole Irvin was excellent, and then the relievers came in. 9 up, 9 down. Alvarez came in first in the 7th inning. He was electric. Pat Neshek came in and do some ground balls and a fly ball. He was excellent. And then at the back end, Hector Neris doing his thing, gets Desmond on a rollover to shortstop, and then he eventually gets Rogers to end the ball game. Now, the splitter was so effective for Hector tonight, and especially facing teams he doesn't see a whole lot. That splitter is even more effective than teams against the National League East.
Yeah, that is true, and he didn't throw a whole lot of pitches, which means that he and everybody else is available for today's ball game against the Rockies. So it is Game 2 of this 3-game series. Antonio Senzatella making his first start here at Citizens Bank Park, and he'll be opposed by Aaron Nola. Lineups and first pitch when we return. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Toyota. The summer starts here at Toyota. Let's go places. By Xfinity, the fastest internet in Philadelphia. By Citizens Bank, official bank of the Phillies. Visit citizensbank.com. And by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Learn more at IBX.com. Gorgeous outside as we begin at about 4:05 p.m. Eastern Time. 78 degrees. Let's take a look at the Rockies lineup, brought to you by Xfinity, the fastest internet in Philadelphia. Well, a couple changes from last night. David Dahl is in center field batting third, and Daniel Murphy does start. He's got great numbers against Aaron Nola. Not sure how the finger is that he injured in spring training. Brendan Rodgers making his second major league appearance. He is batting 7th for the Rockies, and they're facing Aaron Nola. Nola 3-0 with a high ERA, 4.86. I think, Ben, that they're hoping that Aaron Nola will be the Aaron Nola that we saw in St. Louis 2 starts ago.
And Gabe Kapler thinks that curveball is starting to come around. It'll sit about 92, 93, change curve. Very good numbers against the Rockies, 2-0 with a 2.79, so look for Aaron to continue that today.
Check out his pace, too. That'll be an indication on how he is, just if his pace is a little more fluid than it's been. And he'll face Charlie Blackmon to lead it off. Blackmon was 1 for 4 last night with a double.
Look at that beard.
Yeah, the beard. He's put a lot of work into that.
Yeah, I don't know if it's put a lot of work into it.
Or just waited.
He's put a lot of something into it.
First pitch of the game is on the inside corner. It's 0-1.
Man, you ever do that when you were playing?
No, never that long.
They play him to pull on the right side. Swing and a miss. It's a nice start. 0-2. The 3 infielders on the right side of the diamond. Did they ever shift on you, Jim? I don't remember.
A little bit later.
Yeah.
Yes, a little bit later they started the shift. Obviously, I was always a pull hitter,
Yeah.
but it wasn't the thing to play the defense on that side unless it was a guy that literally hit for power with no speed. I wasn't a bunter, but they didn't want to give it up to me, obviously. But even if they did, I mean, I wasn't looking to bunt.
I will say that
I wasn't looking to bunt.
Ryan was the first guy that I saw anybody do it all the time.
All the time, yes. And it made sense. He didn't hit the ball on the ground the other way. When he did hit the ball on the ground. Nice pitch right there. It's a great start. That's a great start. Rhythm actually looks good. He's getting the ball and firing it, which is one thing we talked about. Usually a comfort thing. You've dealt with pitchers when they're not comfortable. They're fidgeting. They're trying to get the grip on the ball, and they're not quite sure what they want to do.
That pitch just says excellent finish on it. Our pitch cast brought to you by PJ Whalehans.
I think that one is part of the key too. The curveball is always the key for Nola, but the two-seamer he can run off the hip of a lefty is a big deal for him. Yeah, that'll bring Trevor Story up. Story 0 for 4 last night. Yeah, the Phillies playing the pull on the left side of the diamond. And a pitch at the bottom of the zone. In there, it's 0-1.
Got some velo today.
Yeah, he does. He looks free and easy.
Maybe they figured it out.
He's been working on it. He's been watching a lot of film. 0-2.
But again, that curveball is only as good as his fastball command. That first pitch fastball, 94 on the knees. Story thinking, there's no way I can hit that. And he comes back with Uncle Charlie. He got no chance.
That's filthy. Strike one is still the best pitch. There's so much you can do from there. The hitter is at that point on the defensive. Some guys didn't mind it. Some guys didn't mind falling behind. Some guys want to see a couple pitches. But when you have a guy that can pound the zone, that can move the ball, he can sink and he can cut it, has a curveball. 0-1. It's almost as good as 0-2.
Yep. You're on the defensive immediately.
Mm-hmm.
He's ahead 1 ball and 2 strikes to Story, hitting .270 with 9 homers. And on the inside corner, strike 3 called. That's a 4-seamer. Back-to-back strikeouts looking.
And then if you can do that, you got Story diving. You think he's got to go back to that curveball. You dot him inside. It doesn't even have to be that good a pitch inside. Just on that inner half with some paint. I'd love to see that. Now that pitch is thrown with 100% conviction. This ball's going inside, and I'm going to get it there.
Now David Dahl. Dahl has been so good against the Phillies in his short career. Takes a breaking ball. It'll get me over curve, and it's 0-1. 3 for 3 on first pitch strikes for Nola, which, as we just talked about, it's so important to get first pitch strikes, and he has scuffled in that category this year compared to previous years. I also got to say, too, if the umpire gives him a little extra inch off the outside part, that's going to help him.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
And now the 0-2 pitch.
Oh.
1-2.
This first inning, this takes things back a little bit. He is looking a little Pedro-esque to me. He gets to the top of that windup in his glove. You know, he's grabbing a ball. And he's doing everything with conviction. He's not trying to nibble. He's attacking the hitters. And he's turning up the volume. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. I don't know what it was, but whatever it was, he's found it. He's throwing that ball hard. I'm liking this. I think it's the good weather. That's what I think.
It could be.
It has to be the weather.
Absolutely could be.
So that means we need some more weather.
Yeah. Well, we do need some more weather.
Oh, we do. Filthy.
On the inside part of the plate. He struck out 3 straight looking to begin the first inning. It is the best first inning of the year for Aaron Nola. Well, let's hope it's a sign of things to come. It began with Charlie Blackmon, always a tough hitter to get, and he gets him looking. Then Trevor Story thinking curve. He got a fastball in the inner half. And then David Dahl, he just wasn't sure what to expect. We go to the bottom of the first. Strolling to the plate to get it for the Phillies. Let's take a look at the Phillies lineup brought to you by Xfinity, the fastest internet in Philadelphia. It's the original 8 for the Phillies. Lineup doesn't change that much this year. Gene Segura in the first inning of games hitting .514 this year with 3 home runs. Now they will face right-hander Antonio Senzatella. We'll show you numbers on Senzatella in a moment, but his earned run average is 5.35.
Go ahead and snatch one, Drew. He's looking very hitterish right now. Very hitterish.
He had a long session yesterday with extra BP that Sean Rodriguez kept an eye on too. Rodriguez knows him pretty well.
Hit it to the wrong guy.
Yeah, we were talking about that last night. It's the one guy you don't want to hit it to at all.
Solid contact though. That's Nolan over there.
1 out, and here comes Segura. Gabe Kapler talked about the extra work with McCutchen as part of our Geico quote of the day. McCutchen was incredibly comfortable at the plate today. Very relaxed, very easy, in control of all his plate appearances, including the one where he struck out. It's really gratifying to see a guy go out pregame, work on something specific, and immediately apply it. So Segura, who was 3 for 4 last night, takes outside.
That's what he told Murph in the post-game interview. He said it's nice when it actually does come to fruition like that, where you work on something and all of a sudden you get immediate feedback. He said it doesn't always work out like that, but it just so happened tonight it worked out.
Yeah, sometimes I would think it takes a couple of days.
Sometimes, but that's what we work on as hitters, as on the defensive side, on the mound. How do we take what we do in practice directly into the game? If you can't take it from practice to the game, then you're wasting your time. So that's the key. You have some guys that are BP hitters. You have some guys who have great sessions in the bullpen. Then they come in a game, something goes wrong.
Right.
Figuring it out, and that's the gratifying part. You figure out how to take exactly what you did, what you've worked on, right into the game. And it's not a physical thing. It's mental. It's believing in what you're doing is going to work, believing in what you're doing is the right thing, and then going out there being afraid not to make a mistake or not to make an out or not to give up a hit and trying to accomplish the goal, because the bigger picture is to getting yourself in a space for the rest of the season to be successful.
3 balls and 1 strike to Segura.
Double to right center.
Oh, he was looking the other way.
Yes,
on that
he
pitch.
was. Maybe that's where my P is, in right center.
Anybody knows
out there?
Where
Maybe?
Jimmy's P is for his golf shirt. If anybody can contact Cutter and Buck, we'd like to know. We can't find it.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Appreciate it, Tom. I don't want to ask for it myself.
Segura the opposite way and into right center field, and Dahl runs it down.
You can still pull it off, though, Jimmy. You can still pull it off.
All right, so we get shirts. We have a ton of them. We have a ton of shirts. And P. No P.
No P.
Didn't get here.
Has anyone seen it?
It's like, where's Waldo?
Maybe if you'd have done a little bit more for the organization, you could have gotten a P.
I was thinking
you'd have done a few more things on the field.
It was maybe that retirement thing. They're like, no, you literally retired the P.
Right.
Yeah, they just took it all away from you.
Yeah, it's not like you haven't earned it.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Here's Bryce Harper with 2 outs.
Weather's warming up. Be nice to see that bat come right along with it.
Well, last night's double I thought was a big deal for him, just
Definitely
the way
was.
he swung at it.
Mm-hmm.
Out to center field. Wow. That was loud, and it is gone. On to Espernales.
Yes, sir.
Over the second wall. It went over Bernie's head in center field. What a shot. That could be one of the longest home runs here at Citizens Bank Park.
Wow.
And the Phillies take a 1-0 lead.
Wow.
466 is the estimated distance.
Wow. Can we get a replay?
Woo.
Not here. I want the big screen. I want the. Whoa, here we go. Look at this. Oh, my gosh.
I just can't wait for it to come down. It never did.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Usually when a center
Goodness.
fielder takes a step or two and starts planning on where I want to watch this ball go, that's saying a lot. But did you notice how relaxed it, like he wasn't tense? It's like he just literally walked into that ball.
I don't know how this, I mean, listen, distance is distance, but I think that was farther than 466. It went over the back wall.
I was here for the ball that Gaddis hit off Cole Hamels.
Right, which went into Tony Luke's.
That was, my
That
brother
was
and
a
I were
bomb.
sitting in the stands. And it was
What
like,
about
oh
the
my.
one that Howard hit out to, it was I think it was 505.
That ball right there, my goodness. I'm at a loss for words.
Outside 1-1. Well,
I think he got jammed a little bit. I think that's what you're trying to say.
that was a pretty special swing right there.
My goodness.
And Bernie is our center field camera operator. He doesn't get many baseballs out toward him. 2-1.
I mean, he just looked so relaxed that at bat. He had his mind made up what he was going to do. First pitch, ambush.
Bernie's showing us
I
where
like
it went.
it.
Thank you, Bernie. 3-1.
That's one of those you can tell somebody about it and they wouldn't believe you. There's no way in the world that ball went over everything. Oh, yes, it did.
Oof. How about the people that walked by there? Look, if anybody was out there.
Probably thought so for the bullpen threw it.
So we got a miss, 3-2. That just had a different sound to it.
Yes, it was loud.
Well, 12 home runs for, or excuse me, 8 home runs for Harper and 28 runs batted in. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Reese. Opposite way foul.
Harper never had a hit against Senzatella. That should count as like 3.
Now, can we talk about this view, though? You know, my view is just down on the field for most of my career.
Yeah.
But that center city view, that's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, Jimmy, we've said that this is the best vantage point in all of baseball. At least it's in our feeling. With the Giants being second, I don't know if Brett Ben, if you feel that way. Take a listen. Just listen to the ball off the bat here. People up at the Budweiser rooftop are thinking, man, that's pretty close to us.
It was. It was. Those are rare.
Those are rare.
That's only happened maybe 4 times where you went over everything.
Yeah. Outside, 1-0 to Real Muto.
That'll make you very uncomfortable.
Yeah, you probably try to pitch away from the bat as.
Yeah. Avoid shell shot.
Avoid contact at all costs.
1 ball and 1 strike. Real Muto last night had a base hit. He had a double, hustling double. Had scored a run. 5 for 15 on the homestand so far.
Now here's a guy, and I'm actually glad they're in the shift. Here's a guy I don't think it makes very much sense to do this on. He uses the opposite side of the field just as well as anyone.
I would agree with that.
I mean, he hits the ball to left center just as well as to right center, on the ground or on the line. It doesn't matter to him. But obviously they must have a game plan.
Yeah.
But the most important part is if the pitcher doesn't execute the pitch, all this goes away. And with 2 strikes, he's known for doing that. So hopefully it works out for us. We take advantage of that hole and keep this line moving.
Upstairs, 2-2.
3 men on that side of the infield. Then you got Blackman in right field who couldn't really play any deeper. He's way out there.
I thought Yelich this week played the shallowest right field I've ever seen anybody play here. Jason played a shallow right field. That one is out toward right center field, and Blackman just goes to the side and makes the catch. Yeah, the inning is over, but the Phillies strike first. They get a long home run from Bryce Harper. The estimated distance is 466 feet. I mean, they may adjust it. I don't know. It was a beautiful shot. 1-0 Phillies as we go to the 2nd inning. Biggest home run in Major League this year looks like. StatCast AI powered by AWS. If you like that graphic in golf, it's pretty neat in baseball too. Came off the bat of Bryce Harper.
So if this were golf, is that Koepka, DJ, Tiger, or Rory?
I think this weekend it's Koepka.
Yeah.
Arenado leads it off. And he swings at the first breaking ball, and it's 0-1. 4 straight first pitch strikes.
And that's actually a great decision. I don't know. I mean, you know more about this than I do, but when you have an aggressive hitter like this, is that intended to slow him down or to get him off of his game plan? What's the point of throwing that first pitch curveball?
Well, just that first and foremost to throw him off stride. If you think he's up there just like what Bryce just did, if you think he's going to go up there and ambush you, he ends up swinging that breaking ball anyway. Sometimes I like it. I don't necessarily like it in the 2nd inning. But knowing that does give you a little bit of latitude as to see just how far he's going to go with you. Now, if he's swinging at that first one, maybe he'll chase the little even farther.
There's a dribbler on the four-seamer inside.
Well, it works. First pitch curveball, fastball. Jam.
Okay, he has not thrown a changeup yet. It's all been four-seam, two-seam curveballs, which is good.
Very aggressive, especially early. The good pitchers, first time around, they're doing one thing. Next time around, they're mixing it up. If they're still in there by the third time, and you haven't found any way to have success against them, they can pretty much throw the book at you, and it's a wrap.
Murphy did not start last night. He came in as a pinch hitter, and he popped out. Starting today because his numbers are so good, A, against the Phillies, but more because he sees Aaron Nola well. 10 for 29 against Nola with 2 home runs.
There's always a way to change that.
Yeah. 0-1 pitch. 0-2. He always has something to say to the umpire.
He had good reason on that one.
I think Bud Black is yelling from the dugout, "Stay with him." To Ed Hickox. And the 0-2. Curveball hit the opposite way. Ed Hickox behind the plate. Roberto Ortiz at first. Dana Demuth, the crew chief, at second. And Angel Hernandez at third. Bud Black does not stay quiet in the dugout.
Now, having said that, Jimmy, about Arenado, that first pitch curveball, there's some guys that just, like a Vladimir Guerrero, like a Gene Segura. Gene Segura has in his mind he's going to swing no matter what pitch it is, right? So he's going to say, I'm swinging until he recognizes ball, then he's off it. Now, some guys just feel that they can attack every pitch.
Right.
So therefore, then you have to go back more to a game plan, how to set him up.
I guess we'll see how that works out later. Worked that well the first time around.
Another one foul.
This is such a typical Daniel Murphy at bat.
It sure is.
You can get the 2 strikes, then he finds himself battling back, and you look up and it's a 2-2 count. Then it's a 3-2 count. Then he fouls off a few more. And as a pitcher, how do I get this guy out without wasting 11 pitches on him?
Yeah.
He's always been that guy. Take a little ground ball to second right here.
Tries a fastball away. It's 1-2. Murphy is kind of a self-made hitter. He wasn't a big prospect coming up, but he's had a good career. No doubt about that.
He's done some good things, especially in the playoffs.
I think the playoffs with the Mets is when his confidence really rose.
Oh, that was a nice
just
spot.
Below the zone.
Nice spot. Daniel Murphy, he gets that call. Free swinger, pull him out. He's gone.
Swing and a miss. 4 strikeouts for Nola. And Raimel Tapia is coming up. Why miss the game when you can stream it on the My Teams app? Take your Philly teams with you. Presented by your Philadelphia area local Chevy dealers.
See, and that's what you can do right there. When the hitter knows you have that front door, that 2-seamer, you can pitch off of that and throw that pitch. They don't know which way it's going. They don't know if it's a breaking ball. They don't know if it's a 2-seamer. By the time they recognize it, they have to make a decision, and you get those type of swings. And Daniel Murphy has a great eye. So to make him swing at a pitch like that, you know you're on top of your game. It's already going through their dugout that he's on today. They know that.
That's the first time that Nola has not thrown a first pitch strike. So 5 of 6. And Tapia ahead 1-0. 1-1. Here's Arenado.
This fastball just has a good plane to it today. I think a lot of these hitters are thinking this ball is going to end up being down. And they just plane out and they just ride through the strike zone.
See the splits this year for Nola. He has not tried the changeup today. He might do it against Tapia. Well, maybe not. The curveball's working like that.
Stay with it. They're not seeing it.
He's throwing this curveball hard.
It is filthy.
82. That's a lot. It's a little bit harder. We've seen Aaron in the high 70s with that, maybe 80.
He already has 4 strikeouts. The 1-2 pitch. Wow, he swung at that late. Got a piece of it.
It's actually a nice job by Toppy just to spoil that.
I'm really loving the velocity, though. Like, I am really digging that.
Emergency hack.
That was really late. Did that clip JT's forearm?
I don't know if it was his forearm or if it was just the glove.
Catchers are tough.
Some of them are. Had a base hit to left field. McCutcheon cuts it off. Tapia, big turn around first. And he'll go back. So a 2-out single. And Nola will work for the stretch for the first time.
Nice piece of hitting. Tip your cap right there.
Tapia's been a good player for them as a starter. It's 23rd start. He's hitting over 300 as a starter.
He can run a little bit too.
Brendan Rodgers, who made his major league debut last night, will dig in. He showed his inexperience against Hector Neris last night with one split after another. This kid's got a good bat, though. I thought you could even see it in the outs he made last night.
He's got a quick bat. And those numbers in Albuquerque were no joke. 356.
If you're Tapia, you have to be looking to get it back here. You got a guy in Nola who isn't fast to the plate, although JT's a great arm. Put yourself in scoring position with 2 outs. Worst case scenario, if you're out, you have Rodgers 7, 8, 9 to start off the inning. If somebody gets on, put the pitcher in a position to try to get him over, but you have to be looking to go right here. They have to know that. Cesar, Gene have to talk about what the coverage is. Obviously, with Cesar being where he is, he's going to take the bag.
Breaking ball, and it's 1-0.
He doesn't bat. And I think that's something that's lost. I know it's stealing bases isn't as much praise as it once was, but you get in scoring position right here with 2 outs. Things happen. The pitcher changes a little bit. The defense changes a little bit. Because now you're a single away from tying the game up.
Do you hope it changes back?
Yes, I mean, it needs to be given the proper credit to be able to move up a base. Speed is great. You get the ball in the gap, you don't have to be fast to score on that. But you have to be a good base runner with at least some decent speed to steal bases. And you're still advancing. You're not waiting on a pass ball. You're not waiting on any help other than what you do.
We'll see how Rodgers that's scored for Rodgers. For Franco, he's only made 1 error so far this season. He has the top fielding percentage of any third baseman this year. I don't know if he would have gotten Rodgers. I think he would have.
He's watching all the way. Rodgers can run.
That's his first major league hit.
There you go. Not the way he dreamed it up, but it works out all the same.
Yeah.
Works out all the same.
Well, here's Tony Walters. Walters 0 for 4 in last night's game.
We'll be talking about that one forever, huh?
It was a rocket down the third baseline.
Inside 1-0. Walters has never faced Aaron Nola. He did not play the game in Colorado this year. Drew Butera, his dad Sal, is here scouting for the Jays. Played for the Rockies. He's now in AAA.
What do you have in that stash there?
You're not digging the push broom, are you?
It works for him.
Yeah.
It works for him. That's all that matters.
These guys can pull it off.
I think it's a Colorado thing. They have facial hair. They have stashes. They got wildfires on top of their dome. A little bit of everything. That's that wild mountainous west out there.
Maybe I'll go out there and see if I can grow mine out.
I'm coming with you. Funny guys.
Little spinner foul.
Funny.
And it's 1-2.
Ben has enough for both of us. So.
You know, Jimmy, I will say this today. My son played early this morning, and then we drive to a different game. And I said I was doing the game with you tonight. And he goes, Dad, that's really cool. And I promise you, the next question out of his mouth was, Dad, if Jimmy wanted to, do you think he could grow his hair out? I promise you, I swear.
That's a negative, Ghost Rider.
There's your answer, buddy.
1-2 pitch.
Filthy.
Breaking ball and a strike 3 call.
Boom.
5 strikeouts for Nola. No runs, 2 hits, and 2 men left. We're on to the bottom of the second here in Philadelphia.
That's funny.
Cole Irvin's 10th bat. It was reminiscent of Brett Myers' at bat in the postseason when Victorino followed with a grand slam, because once Irvin worked out his first major league walk, he came around to score on the 2-run home run by McCutchen. I mean, he fouled off some good pitches with some good swings.
Yes, he did, and he just never gave up. He never gave that at bat away. Maybe a pitch or two could have gone Gray's way. The bottom line is he worked out a walk. McCutchen goes up top, and this was loud as well. That tied the ball game up at 2.
Momentum swings right there.
It sure was.
Those are big.
Yeah, Andrew was very complimentary towards Cole Irvin and his at bat and how he was able to keep that inning alive.
And what did Cole say about that today, Murph?
You know, it's funny because the word momentum is what we used last night. It really was the momentum swing in last night's game, and that wasn't lost on Cole Irvin or on his manager, Gabe Kapler, last night. Gabe said after the game, he said that at-bat was everything in the fabric of the game. It meant so much to turning the tide a little bit from playing some pretty poor baseball in the days before and kind of turning that momentum and getting it back in the Phillies fashion. And you know what? For Cole Irvin, first major league at-bat in a big league park. And he was also taken by how the crowd reacted here in Philadelphia to foul ball after foul ball to foul ball. He said, you know, I was trying to get a hit. I wanted to get a hit so badly, but you know what? Sometimes the walk is enough, and he was able to fight off enough pitches. So both the manager and the player realizing that the crowd was a big part of that last night, and you could feel that. And then when Andrew hits that home run, well, that momentum swung in the Phillies' favor.
I think ever since Myers' at-bat, the Phillies fans react that way. I really do. I think that was the at-bat. Because it was so loud here, wasn't it, Jimmy?
It was loud. It was fun, you know, just being over there and on the deck circle, and you're just watching it, and he's fouling off pitch after pitch, and he's looking over there, looking at us, and you know, raising his eyebrows. But that was his game plan. He said it that he was going to go up there and get a walk. Like it was his game plan, and he perfected it. He can actually handle the bat pretty well. He wasn't a slouch up there. But he didn't care about getting hit. He was trying to work CC and tire him out, and it just worked out well. And if that was a turning point, you would know better. I was down there working. You were up here, you know, seeing how the crowd was reacting. But I mean, it was a lot of fun, and for us, ultimately, it was a turning point.
It was incredible. I was down the left field line when Shane hit the grand slam, but I was walking on the concourse while the at bat was happening, and I stopped and watched it from the back row. And the reaction of everybody when Brett was, I mean, it was a 9-pitch at bat, worked out the walk, but every foul ball he had, I mean, it was incredible. I thought it was incredible.
You know what the best part was? When he got the walk, he flipped the bat and looked at us like, I told you, boys. And if you know Brett loved being right. Everyone does, but especially Brett. I told you what I was going to do, and he did it.
Cesar leads off the second with a single to left center. Well, here's Brett Myers. It's a long at bat, folks. So sit back and enjoy it.
Cut it loose right there, didn't he?
Oh, yeah. Trying to get it.
I don't know how he didn't swing at that pitch.
Did you see it? He had no idea where that ball was going.
No, he had no idea.
Just working him. Just working him.
Look, the towels are starting to go.
That's 97.
Yeah, and it was cutting, too.
And watch the bat flip. That's right. That's right, boys.
Here's Herrera. Odubel takes a strike. And then it fouled a couple of batters later.
Victorino. Whoop, whoop.
Place was loud.
Oh, yeah. The flying and wine. He had a lot of big hits for us. Not that he ever gets lost in the shuffle, but you had Ryan, you had Chase, big boppers, and Shannon, his contributions. He had a lot of big hits for us.
Absolutely.
And I will say this, too. Your night, I mean, there were a lot of people that got nice rounds of applause. Charlie always gets a loud one. Shane's was really.
Oh, yeah. They love Shane. We used to call him the mayor. Remember, you go out there and he was working for All-Star votes?
Yeah.
That's when it all started. Going around, shaking hands and kissing babies.
0-2 pitch coming. Odubel takes up 1-2.
His dad's actually the mayor of Maui now.
Really?
Yeah, he just won the open election back in November. Yeah, Big Mike. So he's officially the first family of Maui.
Like he wasn't before.
Well, that's why I said officially. Now it's official. It's on the books.
Odubel the right side. Rogers does not have a play at second. And Odubel's retired, one away.
It's a nice play there.
And here comes Michael Franco.
That was a good play by Rogers. Obviously, he wanted to get the lead runner in Cesar, but he did the right thing and took the short out at first. That's why just putting the ball in play, anything can happen. You know, instead of walking back to the bench, he puts the ball in play. Now you have a runner in scoring position with less than 2 outs.
And as Franco, you have got to like this. He's been in this situation. He's been there all year long. What are they going to do to me with the runner in scoring position and the pitcher behind me?
And he lines it sharply to third. He hit it to the wrong guy again. And Arenado throws him out. 2 outs.
I think we need to remind them who's at third today. Or do you think they already know that?
He made a couple plays last night that, I mean, his hands are
lightning quick.
They're remarkable.
You know, I think what gets lost in the shuffle is how accurate his throws are. I mean, everything is right on, whether he's thrown it, you know, just a normal play where he picks it up, takes a couple shuffles, or if he's doing a pirouette across the third base bag and throwing back across his body to first base, it's always right on the money.
And it looks like a cannon over there.
Yeah.
It's just like it hits the first baseman's glove and just pop. Throwing that heavy ball, as we like to call it.
Nola has 1 RBI so far. And he takes low. I will say that if he works ahead, it's not going to take long for the fans to get into it.
Give him the green light right there, Ben.
They may have to give him the red light because they don't say anything. He may swing.
Hey, might be his best pitch to hit. You're up there with a bat in your hand. You might as well try to do something.
Take it all the way.
We'll get it here again.
It'd be nice if he does get that pitch again.
Center cut. It's looking kind of hitterish.
Just poke it right over the second baseman's head.
No, over the shortstop's head.
Right over the shortstop's head.
Yeah. Right field gets a little small here, trust me. That single over that side, over the shortstop's head, everybody's taken care of.
That's a good point.
Blackman is the best thrower of the trio in the outfield.
3 balls, 1 strike to Nola. And Senzatella delivers a strike at the belt, and it's 3-2. Cesar at second base. He led off the inning with a single. Went to second on a ground out. Back toward the middle, off the glove of Senzatella, but right at Rogers. And the inning is over. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left. We played 2. We're on to the 3rd here in Philadelphia. The Phillies lead it 1-0 over the Rockies. Phillies family packs for $. You and your family get 4 tickets plus $48 of credit for food and more. It's a great value for the fan. Available for select dates throughout the season. Visit Phillies.com/family pack to get your pack. Top of the 3rd. And it's 1-0. As Aaron Nola made the last out, so he's just now finishing up his warm-up tosses. Difference in our game is our giant home run replay. It's the only run today, and it was a long one.
First pitch swinging. Bryce Harper over the second batter's eye. Onto the concourse. Ashburn Alley, beware.
What does that feel like?
I don't know.
I don't know.
You went into the second deck here, didn't
It's
you?
your home run replay brought to you by Giant.
That's the pull. Anybody can pull.
Well, I guess so.
Right? Anybody can pull. It's that way.
Yeah.
I mean, I've gone to the pitcher's mound, you know, where they warm up, that area out there. But he went over 2 walls.
Wow, look at the timing.
He was so relaxed there, almost like he had no cares in the world. My mind is made up. I'm
This guy standing up in the back right there. That's awesome. Well, Jimmy, you did a lot of things we used to say. I wonder what that feels like. Believe me.
That was not one of them. I tell you that much.
All right, so Ryan's home run came against Aaron Harang in 2007. You were at second base.
Yeah.
Do you remember it? The 505?
I do. And he, and to this day, feels he didn't get enough credit. It's like there's no way that ball only went that far.
I mean,
it's just like you said about Bryce's ball.
I would agree with that.
Like there's no way in the world that ball only went that far. But it's when Ryan hit his home runs, remember, they went so high, and that counts as feet traveled. I was always thinking it's from home plate to land to where it lands, and you know, how do you mark that off?
Right.
But every foot that it goes up, those are feet traveled. So Ryan and his majestic home runs, you're sitting up there, I don't even know if it stays in sight from our view.
Sometimes
where it lands may have been a different place, but the height that his ball gets going up before it comes down adds into all that total footage. And I never have to worry about that. Mine was pretty straight line. Van, you?
Yeah, they were pretty. I obviously never hit one like that. Couldn't hit one like that from center field. Seriously.
Called strike 3, 6 strikeouts for Nola. Charlie Blackmon coming up. And that brings us to our Scott's triple threat. Most hits since 2016. So it's Blackmon, Arenado, and Segura.
First, fourth, and fifth. We got one in there. He's on the good side.
Well, Blackmon, the fact that the Rockies had the foresight to sign him to a deal, he's a good player.
He really is. Handles the bat well. He can drive the ball out the yard. He can hit the ball the other way. He can move runners. Solid baseball player.
Hits lefties well.
And they kept trying to find somebody else to play, and then finally he was given an opportunity to play on the long-term basis, and it paid off.
There's your changeup.
There's the first one.
Well, remember, when he came up, he was literally trying to Juan Pierre everything over to left center and hit singles. And at that ballpark in Colorado, there's room for that, yes. But at that ballpark, if you have any bit of pop, not the home run aspect, but the gap to gap, you get in those gaps. With his speed, you're looking at a triple 80% of the time. just because it's so far, even if the outfielder gets to it, he's 415 feet away. You're around the second base. You're going to make him make 2 perfect throws in order to get him. He just took that and now started elevating the ball. And
7 strikeouts for Nola.
well, obviously that's not the case today, so let's keep that going.
Yeah.
And that ball field's something, though, Jimmy. You stand at home plate at Coors Field, and it seems like the fair lines just go out
Behind you. Behind you.
It's so, that is nasty.
That is filthy.
He does have it going today. The tilt on that ball.
And he's throwing 2 of them. Earlier he was throwing at 82. Then he starts pulling a little bit off and get a little bit more break, a little bit more depth. And that's what the good pitchers do. Let's not forget, just because he's struggling this year, the potential this kid has shown, and it's still in there. It's just a matter of getting him comfortable. He has a new catcher this year, new battery mate, and just finding his rhythm. It's hard to go out and be great one year and have that, mindset, I'm going to be great again. Then you find yourself trying to repeat what you did. You can't repeat. You have to reinvent who you are. You know what works for you. You know what you can do. And you go out there this year, this day, it's your start, and you give it your best. And don't try to repeat. A lot of young players get caught up in trying to better what they were last year.
Opposite way for Arenado. And Harper makes the catch, or I should say Story. And the side is retired. 1, 2, 3, go the Rockies. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. Phillies 1, Rockies nothing.
Andrew McCutchen's home run after the walk to Cole Irvin, the 2-run home run, tied up the game at that point. And, well, we've seen the celebration of Andrew McCutchen's home runs all season long. Little rock, paper, scissors with his third base coach, Dusty Wathan. Take a look closely, see what happened last night. You see him coming around the bag, and he throws out paper, does Andrew McCutchen. Rock from Dusty Wathan. And Dusty loses again. And, this is a big deal. They're keeping score. There's your scoring update from Dusty last night on Twitter. 4-1-1 now that McCutchen is up. And I talked to Dusty about it today. This was his quote. He said, look, I need to make some adjustments. I think I'm just being a little too predictable. I've been doing some research. There are some adjustments I can make. I'm hoping to turn it around next time. So
that's funny.
Yeah, they're working at it.
That's a good one. I've never seen the rock, paper, scissors coming around the bag. I've seen high fives. I've seen the no look. I've seen the head tucks. I've seen the handoff to Giancarlo.
Yeah, and McCutchen came up with it, Dusty said. It was his idea.
That's funny.
It is funny.
So when did they start it? Before he comes to third or when he hits third?
I think it depends on where Dusty is standing, but I think it's before he hits third. I think that's when they start to, 1, 2, 3 it. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. No rock, paper, scissors there. That's the first strikeout for Senzatella. The end of the game. The NBA playoffs are underway. That would have won horse as long as the backboard was moving like that.
Oh, these post-game celebrations, oh boy. Outfielders always have something crazy going on, and if you're not paying any attention, you'll miss it.
I think the best part is that they had to kind of explain it to Odubel the first time they did it. Want to know to Segura.
That was funny. That was good. That was good, actually. That was funny, though.
These guys have some good imaginations, don't they?
They really do.
Just the handshakes alone. I mean, that's a lot of prep.
After a while, I just started keeping it simple. Just give me a simple handshake, look me in the eye. It's time to go. When I first came up, we had handshakes for every single person. I'm like, you know what? This is just too much to remember. And we have to go play a ball game.
Inside, 2-1.
Gene doesn't have a hit yet.
Flight out to center.
Wow.
8-game hitting streak on the line here in the 3rd.
Here you go. Scared of him.
3-1.
Scared of him, T-Mac.
Well,
he doesn't want to be number 8.
I actually, when I look at his first inning, numbers 5-14, I think about, that you and Shane, the combination that you guys, and even Nutt, but that combination, just trying to get the Phillies an early lead and get them an early run and how important it is.
I always felt it was very important, whether home or on the road, that if we scored first, you automatically go into fight mode as the opposing team. Because now if you don't score that one play, that one run in the first inning early in the game, that made the whole difference right there. So the quicker you put that pressure back on them, and we've all been there. Obviously, you're going to have games, and you're going to come back. The team scores one run, and that's all they get, and you score 11.
Right.
But the earlier you score, the more pressure it puts on them immediately on the road. They haven't even had a chance to swing the bats yet, but they're already down. So we already have to accomplish that. First, we have to score more runs in this team just to feel like, okay, we have a game. And every inning, that pressure just mounts up slightly more, slightly more.
And sometimes pressure leads to mistakes.
It leads to a lot of mistakes.
Brings us to our Nissan upgrade. Upgrade technology of tomorrow, today. Bryce Harper, 28 RBIs and 33 walks. He, Mike Trout, and Joey Gallo are the 3 hitters in baseball that have 25 or more RBIs and 30 or more walks this season. Joey Gallo's had a little bit of resurgence offensively. He and Hunter Pence. Hunter Pence has had a good start to the year.
I love the fact that he went to winter ball this year for 6 weeks.
And embraced it. Harper takes ball 1.
But think about it with the team that you had, Jimmy, for that span of years. You go, if you're the opposing pitcher, you give up a quick run, you're thinking, I got to go through this lineup again. And then again, if I'm lucky. I mean, that lineup, it was just top to bottom. You put so much pressure on the defense and the opposing pitcher. I mean, if one guy didn't kill you, the next guy would. On both sides of the plate.
And that's one thing we believed in. It was psychological pressure. You have to score runs to win ball games. Everyone knows that.
But think about how much.
But the earlier we could put it on you, especially in this ballpark. How much more pressure? It's not just now we have to go get one run. It's like they already have one run.
Right.
They're not even warmed up yet.
1 ball, 1 strike to Harper.
And then think about how much pressure that took off your pitchers. I mean, I know my boys are going to get me some runs tonight. I can just go out and do my thing. I don't put any added pressure on myself.
For everybody except for Cole. We only scored him maybe 1.1 run a game.
That was.
I mean, it was like, sorry, dude. Like, he took all your runs last night.
Outside, 3-1.
I think that's one thing that Cole really got a lot better with over the years is the fact that he just worried about, and not that he was selfish, but he just worried about doing his job. He couldn't worry about how much run support he was going to get. He just worried about going out there and dominating, and he started to really do that on a consistent basis.
Maybe that's why he became such a great pitcher, because he was going out, regardless of what lineup we had out there, that this might be a 2-1 or a 3-1 ball game, might be a 3-2 ball game. So my job is, as you're saying, to keep the team right here. If I keep them in this box, I'm giving myself a chance.
3-2.
Ooh, that was a nice hack.
Here's some more info on the home run. Estimated distance 466. Second longest home run. His longest one was 473. The exit velo, it's the 6th hardest ball he has hit in the StatCast era. And where it landed again, just disappeared. Change up. Second strikeout, second out for Senzatella. And Hoskins is coming up. MLB.tv gives you an opportunity to watch as many out-of-market games live or on demand. You can go to MLB.tv for details. You can even pick it up right now. It's been going all season long. It's your subscription, which includes MLB App Premium, allowing you to stream live baseball on your favorite supported devices. Blackout and other restrictions apply. One ball, no strikes to Hoskins. Hoskins walked his first time up. He's gotten to that soft stuff a little bit, huh?
Yes, he has.
Good arm speed with it, too.
It's not a bad idea.
Not at all. And how'd you feel? I know a lot of guys, especially lefties, they don't like lefty-lefty changeup. Is that more of a left-hander versus left-handed thing as opposed to a righty versus whoever?
No, you know what? I think it started to be more prevalent. The first one who turned me on to it really was Jamie Moyer. You know, lefty-lefty.
Ole. And Segura
go.
Third. It's bobbled by Tapia. He'll be held by Dusty Watson. Robbed by Story.
It was not the best effort there by Story, was it?
No. He got a little shy there.
I mean, he wasn't even close to this ball.
No.
Not even close.
No, I want to fit knuckle. Let's see if we can get that. Because sometimes that, yeah, it was knuckling a little bit. That ball was knuckling a little bit. You're just watching it and you see it bouncing and dancing. You don't know what it's going to do.
Base hit, and then the error for Tapia, allowing Hoskins to go to second base. And now Real Muto is up with 2 in scoring position.
And I wonder if he saw that. Work out even better with a single to left center here.
Yeah. Now they move the second baseman over to the right side.
With the runner on.
See if Real Muto can put it right where Hoskins is right now. That one gets away.
We take the wild pitch.
And here comes Segura. 2-0 Phils.
That error calls him. Now Jim was going to get to third base anyway. He was rounding second base. Now the Phillies have another runner at third base, up 2-0. That's why you just want to put pressure on the defense. You talk about the effort from Story, not the best effort from Walters there either. I think he just kind of got lazy on it. There's no other way to put it.
Tapia was trying to get the ball quickly to get Segura at third. And his error allowed Hoskins to advance to second. Now Hoskins is at third with a run in. And Senzatello's thrown 60 pitches. Popped up. First base side. Murphy.
Get away.
Hung up there just enough for him. The side is retired. He didn't have to put the gargoyles down. A run does score. Phillies take a 2-0 lead as we go to the fourth. Turn to your local Del Val Honda at DelValHondaDealers.com. Beautiful view of Center City. Phillies have rung the bell one time today on the home run by Harper. They scored another run on a wild pitch, and now we go to the fourth. They lead at 2-0.
As Charlie would say, want to hear that bell ring, son? J-Ro, I'll get that bell to ring. I'll knock that bell down. Give me that piece of wood. Like, Charlie, sit down, man.
He was behind the cage the other day, wasn't he?
He was.
Have you seen?
We talked for about a half hour about hitting. I loved every minute of it.
And he loved every second of it. He can talk some hitting.
I hope they show the game that he and Boa play on the video board today for you to see. Oh my gosh, it's funny.
I actually had a sneak preview of that.
Oh, you did in spring training?
Yeah, spring training. I was in tears. Bo is just
competitive.
Yeah.
1 ball and 1 strike to Dahl. He struck out looking his first time up. Hitting over 300 in his starts, 295 overall. Did not play in last night's game after going hitless in Boston.
And this is where that off-speed really comes into play. You have the pitcher in sunlight. After the mound, really until about maybe 10 feet, maybe less than that, in front of home plate, it's all gray. That ball starts turning gray. You can't see the spin. It's hard to judge velocity. They know you pound in the zone, and they're already down 2-0. It makes it that much tougher. As a catcher, do you take that into consideration?
Yeah, you definitely do. And we had some tough shadows in the old ballpark in San Diego, and Seattle was terrible. Even in night games, the first 3 innings, sometimes I'd wear sunglasses catching. The backdrop was just terrible.
Strike 3 called, 8 strikeouts for Nola. 1 out here in the fourth.
I was telling someone yesterday I said one year Brett Boone had the batter's eye painted 3 different colors. he got so fed up with it. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely balls that spin. Take a look at PitchCast, brought to you by PJ Willahans. You got away with one.
That's not getting away. That's Greg Maddux.
Good pitch.
Greg Maddux, Tom Glavine. He's earned that.
Absolutely. But actually, balls that spin, straight one you're still going to catch up with, but if you can't pick up spin, obviously you're going to be toast.
First pitch, curveball, first at bat. Pound him in next at bat. I think they have a game plan.
8 strikeouts, 1 fly out, 1 ground out.
Filthy.
T-Mac, I got to say, his pace is way better.
Yeah, I agree. Change up.
Off the same plane.
So here we go. We're talking about that before break. What do you have on that? And why don't some guys do it or afraid of it?
I never really did it a whole lot in San Diego. I go to Seattle and Jamie Moore, like lefty. Jamie's best pitch was a changeup. We all know that. So he would use it. And then I started using it with some other guys that had good changeups. Joel Pinheiro, Gil Mesh. You know, Freddie Garcia would throw that good changeup to righty and get a lot of success with it. And then I go to Chicago, and I go out to the mound one time. John Garland's out of the mound. John had a great changeup. And we had a righty set up for a changeup. I said, John, you throw a changeup. And he says, I can't throw a righty a changeup. I said, why not? I said, you're a great pitch, a great out pitch for you. And he goes, I can't do it. I said, do it.
I'm sure you weren't that nice about it.
No. And he struck the guy out, and he started to have a lot of success with that right-on-right changeup.
But what was the philosophy of why guys didn't like to do it?
Because a lot of guys would turn that pitch over and it would run back into the barrel of a right-hander, basically.
Real Muto and Hoskins. Hoskins makes the call on this sliding grab.
See you. That's that NorCal slide right there, looking like Ricky Henderson.
That's good communication right there. Really good communication.
That was an excellent play. It's our Hyundai defensive play of the game here in the top of the 4th inning.
It's a good sliding catch here by Rhys Hoskins. JT just hearing it. I got it from Rhys. He bails. And Rhys with a good sliding catch here. Willie Mays style, right in the basket. Outstanding play, but even better communication. That is your Hyundai defensive play of the game, brought to you by your local Hyundai dealers.
There's Murphy who had an 8-pitch at bat his last time up. Takes strike 1.
That was like a fancier version of one Mr. Boone and one Mr. Rose play at the vet.
Yeah.
Bouncing out of the glove, and I got you, Charlie said. Charlie hustle. I've seen that a few times on a big board.
Oh, it was, yeah, there were times where it was run, I mean, constantly.
Yeah.
The moment. Bob Boone says, yeah, I would have caught it, but Pete was in my way, basically. And where was he? He should have caught it running through it. 2 balls and 1 strike. Of course, he says that jokingly. He said, I had a long way to run. Look where I was when I made contact with that. Where was he? Nola 8 strikeouts today. He's allowed 2 hits. He struck out 9 his last time out against the Rockies.
Change it.
3-1.
Ben, that 50-50 is getting up there, brother. I think we should jump in. Me, you, and T-Mac, let's split it. What you say?
Larry plays every day.
He loses his numbers half the time.
Yes, he does.
11,025 is what the 50-50 is at. It's going to go higher and higher. And Murphy draws a walk. First walk issued by Nola. With trouble-free printing and no wasted labels, Avery delivers a new standard in performance with SureFeed technology, providing you with a reliable print every time. Order Avery SureFeed labels today from WBMason.com for free delivery, fast shipping, and unbeatable prices. Who but WB Mason?
This weather, I can't get over it. I mean, this is absolutely gorgeous.
Come with us to Chicago, and you'll be in for a rude awakening.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. I'll stay here. And you guys go and get that.
It's supposed to be in the 40s on Monday night.
And that's warm. That's warm.
It's the middle of May.
I know. Isn't that something else? You looking forward to that? Maybe you could grow your hair back in time for that one.
I have told people that the worst thing about losing your hair is the heat and the cold.
Yes.
You going to go knit hat?
I already packed it today. It was there. I have 2 different ones now. One for a headset and one for without a headset.
See, when we sweat, we have nothing to catch it.
All right.
It's just on the side of our heads, coming down the bridge of your nose, and just where Ben over here, it just becomes gel. It's just gel. He just slicks it back. Boom.
It becomes gel.
What a doubt, use more product.
Binds itself with everything else in there. Runner goes. Pitches hit sharply through the hole on the right side. Murphy's on his way to third. And he'll stop there. Oh, a little action by the Rockies.
I'm not sure that was a hit and run as much as it is Nola being slow to the plate and taking advantage of it, but it works out the same. Got to work ourselves out of this inning right here and be back in good shape.
Curse that 2-out walk.
Happens.
Now Rogers, who got an infield hit his first time up. Rogers was 6th in the Pacific Coast League in hitting, and he was called up yesterday. He's the number 9 ranked player in all of baseball, according to MLB's Pipeline. Takes a curve, 0-1.
Oh, no, you said he was 6th?
6th in hitting.
He's batting 350?
356.
Yeah.
And he was 6th?
He was 6th. PCL.
It's a good leg to hit in.
What's the top 5? That's what I'm interested in. Who's in the top 5 and why aren't they in the big leagues already?
Really good question.
I mean, woo.
I bet a couple of them were already in the big leagues.
Up there chasing Ted. 356 and you're in 6th place.
I kind of thought the same thing when
Good
I
luck.
saw it. That's a Papa Bears jersey. Papa Vlad.
Jimmy, we got at the top 413, 387, 372, 363.
Who's hitting 413?
Yordan Alvarez.
Oh, that's the Astros prospects. Oh yeah, they're
Round
gonna,
rock.
Fielder?
yeah they're going to call him up soon.
Yeah.
Left-handed hitter.
138 at bats.
Yeah, he got some at
57
bats.
hits.
57 hits.
17 home runs.
They picked him up in a
wow.
trade. I can't remember who it was. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2-1.
He's not playing. He's not hurting. He's not caring about anyone's feelings. Neither should, and nor shall he. Do your thing, young man.
He's got a 1.388 slugging percentage. Let me get Aaron out of this inning right here.
Outside, 3-1. Mentioned yesterday that Dansby Swanson and Alex Bregman were picked right ahead of Brendan Rodgers. That's the 2015 drafts. Ian Happ was in that. Walker Buehler from the Dodgers.
Andrew Benintendi. That was a good draft year.
Yeah, Mike Soroka, who's pitching well for the Braves right now. 3 balls, 1 strike. Swing and a miss. 3-2. Threw him a 3-1 changeup.
Great pitch. Great pitch.
Comes off that plane of the fastball, and then the bottom falls out of it. That's what they wanted him to do in spring training more of, Jimmy, is have that ball dive down as opposed to more into a right-handed hitter.
Is that just a matter of standing on top of it?
Not turn it over as much.
Tapia will be going from first base. The 3-2 pitch coming. Fouled at the
That
plate.
hurts. So when you say turn it over as much, as in, you know,
Well,
I
sometimes when you really pronate, you kind of start to spin the ball opposite. It just starts to feather in towards the right-hander, you know, as opposed to just more down. You get more of a tumbling action, I guess you would say. Off the toe.
No protection for that.
3-2. Phillies up 2-0. Rockies have 2 runners on. And the pitch from Nola. Swing and a miss. He got him with the curve. 9 strikeouts for Aaron Nola. A little heavy lifted here in the 4th inning. 2-out trouble, but he's able to get out of it. No runs, 1 hit, and 2 men left. He has struck out 9 through 4 innings this afternoon. Curveball's his best pitch, and he went back to it to get Rogers. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th inning. And the Pennsylvania Lottery. Play the new Maximilian ticket. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Got some celebrations today. The great Curt Simmons, former Philly left-handed pitcher. He is 90 years old tomorrow, and he and his family are celebrating his birthday today. Curt, we wish you the very best on this day. 193 wins. And also Larry and Marie Eastwood, who have been Philly fans for 45 years, are celebrating their 50th wedding anniversary here at the ballpark in the Bill Giles suite, which you just saw. So congratulations to Larry and Marie. We hope you guys are having a great day with your family.
That's a double.
Cesar down toward the corner. And he'll get to second base. Another double for Cesar. He has 3 in the series.
And he's been swinging the bat well this season. He's turning corners. He's been turning the corner for a while, but he's continued to do so. And to see him go from a shy kid, not sure of himself, although he still has moments that he shows that shy personality of his. But to see him start doing this, I hope it translates to the other side of the ball also, that he takes this confidence in his ability to make plays on the other side of the ball, because that's going to be huge. Right now we're getting away with, some shoddy defense, but later in the season, September, late September, October, if we get to that point, defense, yes, you need runs, but that defense is what's going to win ultimately for you.
Yeah, I would agree with that. You think about the defense that you had on the left side with you and Pedro, Phillies, Chase in second.
We wanted our pitchers comfortable. We wanted them to know that if a ball was hit our way, that it was a for sure out. If there was runners on base in situations, that we were going to make the right play.
Yeah.
Whether it's the play that changes the game, that's a different story. But we're going to put ourselves in position to not give them extra outs, and that's what was most important.
Odubel fouls it away down the left field line, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike.
Sometimes you're going to make, the great plays, but for the most part, you take the out that's given, and that's something that, we would like to see them do a lot more of. That although you may make a play going away from you, if you can get the lead runner, you take that chance there. That's worth the gamble. But just to give up a free base, I guess, letting the runner advance when you probably could have got him out, that's when pitchers get upset. And after a while, he's throwing extra pitches, and with guys in running scoring position, his mind starts to wonder, I should be out this inning. That next ground ball should be a double play. And now it ends up another advance, or a single turns into a base hit, an RBI single, as opposed to just advancing runners.
That one's off the glove of Walters, but not far enough. Yeah, what you mentioned, I thought about that I thought about it last night with Cole Irvin. But I did think about it the other day with Jake Arrieta on the mound when all those issues were happening. At third with Rodriguez, at second with Cesar. I think human nature, it's hard not to want to show your emotion.
100%. And he did a good job. He gave up some runs, but he took a deep breath, looked into the sky, and just figured out how to get out of it. And that's all you can do.
Outside. Franco is on deck. By the way, we're talking about that Alvarez kid from the Astros. Josh Fields is who he was traded for from the Dodgers. I know it was 3 years ago, but that's a tough one if you're the Dodgers to swallow.
Call him up already.
Yeah, I don't know if the Dodgers need any help in the outfield. Just saying.
Yeah, that is true too. And they did get to a couple World Series, even though Fields is not a key contributor.
I hear you. Everyone covers their prospects. And rightfully so.
All right, Odubel, no matter what you do, you got to advance this runner to third base.
Yeah.
Advance runner or ball 4?
All right, ball
there
4
you go.
it is.
Take it.
Make it easy for him.
Bring the kids to MLB Play Ball Day, proudly supported by Chevrolet at Citizens Bank Park. That is tomorrow when the Rockies are in town. A free arm sleeve to children 14 and under. Get your tickets now by going to Phillies.com. As part of Play Ball Weekend, Major League Baseball, the teams are wearing the camouflage hats we talked about last night. Wore them last night, wear them again today and tomorrow in honor of Armed Forces Weekends. Today they have the patch on their jerseys as well, honoring the branches of the military.
You have any family that served?
My dad served in Korea, and I have cousins that are serving right now.
Mm-hmm.
0-2.
I had a cousin who he served. I think he still performs with the Leapfrogs, but it was a couple times where he jumped out the plane here at Citizens Bank.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The first time he surprised me. He came out and he landed, and I'm looking at him and he's looking at me.
And you're like, that body looks familiar.
No, and it was the opposite. I was like, why is this guy looking at me? You know? And then it started hitting. I was like, I know my cousin. And I looked, and he's had this big smile on his face. I'm like, no way.
I had no idea.
I haven't seen him, and I haven't seen him in years. And it's just, you know, he's jumping out of airplanes.
Over to third again. Wrong guy. Arenado gets one.
Bouncing.
2.
Wow.
I mean, we've been hanging with the greatest third baseman of all time the last couple of days, and you played golf with him yesterday.
Yeah.
That guy can pick it over third base.
He absolutely can. He has to like Nolan.
He loves
I mean, it's I can't say tailored after his games. They're generations apart, but the same type of things. He makes barehanded plays. He makes plays with the glove. You can count on him. When it goes his way, it's a solid out. If he doesn't make an out, you just scratch your head like, what happened?
Yeah, and let's face it, getting the ball there wasn't hard. It was running, stepping, and throwing.
Yeah,
that was the hard part.
No, it wasn't hard.
You don't think so?
No, it wasn't hard. Did you see that?
Oh no, for him it wasn't.
That wasn't hard. What are you talking about?
But the thing is, as soon as he caught that ball, he knew exactly where he was going with it. Exactly. There was no doubt, should I go around the horn with this? No, you know what? I'm going right to third. I'm throwing it to first base.
1-1 to Nola.
Worked out pretty well for him.
Nola first at bat, grounded out. Takes inside 2-1. Murphy to the glove side, and the inning is over. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left. On to the 5th inning with the Phillies holding on to a 2-0 lead. Mostly inconsistent. And Corey, break it all down and talk about why they're still optimistic that things will turn around on the At the Yard podcast. Listen to it at NBCSportsPhiladelphia.com or wherever it is you listen to a podcast. Phillies lead at 2-0 as we go to the top of the 5th inning. Well, it's all part of our play ball weekend for Major League Baseball. A huge initiative for Major League Baseball. Anytime you can get the Sarge and a baseball cap and a uniform, you've done something. The Sarge, J-Roll, and Phil Gosselin were all out at the Phillies Urban Youth Academy today, teaching some of the youngsters from the RBI program and even from around the city a little thing or two about the game of baseball. And the Phonetics showed up too.
Of course.
Yeah. How was it?
It was nice. It was interesting to go back and and talk to kids about just fundamentals of base running. I think that's something that has been overlooked, especially in this new era of baseball. Is base running, knowing how to steal a bag, knowing how to take a proper lead. No one, gives as much praise to the stolen base as they once did. So I was just passing off some of my knowledge, things that I've learned and things that have helped me, and hope that they could take, although it's just one day and a few minutes, they can take that and just keep working on it and keep working on getting better with those things.
How was the Sarge?
I didn't see Sarge there.
Oh, you were there after him?
Right at him. You got a guy there. I saw Sean, I saw Phil, and that was it. So Sarge is over. Sarge would go hide in the cuts. He was there. He was in a chair too.
Was he?
That's what the video said. I don't know, but the video said he was. So if we believe the video, then yes.
Oh.
But it was fun just being back out there with kids, and they listen. Their coach can tell them the same thing to their blue in the face, but somebody that has some credentials, they sit there and listen. But hopefully they sit there and listen to me or someone else and be like, okay, maybe coach does know what he's talking about.
Reinforces what the coach says.
Exactly.
Jimmy, speaking of stealing bases, how much different was it? Because obviously I never stole a lot of bases, ever. But how much different was it stealing bases at the vet compared to here? With what your lead and the cutouts they had at the vet and all that. It had to be drastically different.
The vet, as far as running, you're probably about a quarter of a step to a half step faster. Just because you're getting that spring on the turf. But what I did like about here, on the vet, when the turf got real hot, it got a little slippery.
Right.
So I would take that big lead and would have to actually shorten up to not put my lead foot on the turf because I don't want to slip it on my first step.
Stay on the cutout of the
Stay
turf.
on the cut.
Okay.
Now, it also looks shorter here than it did at the vet. Because after a while, you understand that just because you get into that dirt doesn't. Good play.
Nice play. Michael Franco with a spin and a beautiful throw.
We got a third baseman that can do that too.
Wow, that was
yes, we
really
do.
nice.
Ball was behind him. But I started learning how to use, I guess, maybe more of a starting block on all dirt. The vet, that dirt was hard.
Right.
So you didn't want to dig in too much. But when you got here, the dirt was a little softer, so I'd have to dig in to almost create like a starting block to push off of.
Okay.
But what did I like stealing more off of? Probably the vet, just because I was a half step faster, half step to a quarter step faster. So once I got going and you get on that turf, it's actually springing you, propelling you forward.
Here's Blackman, who has struck out twice today. And he takes a changeup outside. Aaron Nola has struck out 9 with 2 outs here in the 5th inning. He has allowed 3 hits. All 3 are singles. And he's worked back even 1-1 to Blackman.
You guys ever get any balls up here?
No.
There's been one up here that ricocheted off the wall next to Ben. That was the only one. Press box has had a couple.
Guess this has to be just perfect.
Has to be perfect, yeah. Because it gets caught up on the roof in front of us too.
Okay.
The little overhang.
Maybe that's where my pee is. It's left in the overhang of that roof.
It's somewhere
around here.
So funny. Rob Brooks is very proud. He had the shirt already. He had it sitting out there, and all of a sudden we took it out of the package, and there was no pee. 1-2 pitch.
What? Where you have that, Ben? Was that high?
That was right on the inside
just
corner.
inside the line.
Just inside the line.
Just inside.
Not inside the line.
Watch, here we
Good
go.
spot. Take a look at P.J. Willihan's pitch cast.
Oh,
Wow.
I mean, all right. Hey, what are you going to do?
Curveball spun toward the open spot on left side. Blackman's aboard. So what would have been the 10th strikeout.
Should have been, not would have.
Should have been.
Thank you.
Turns out to be the 4th hit for the Rockies.
See, and this is not that you need it, but you know, you have the mound visit, so you can't do that anymore. They got limitations. This is when, and I guess we call it old school baseball, you go talk to the pitcher, just to bring him back, because he knows he should have been out of that, and everyone knows it, just to get him back on track. Not that he's off track, but just to make sure. And it's like, we're behind you, we know, but we need you to fight through this. With all the rules and things, you can't do that anymore.
Story flat out to right as last time.
Oh, you got to remember, Jimmy, these are fickle creatures we're dealing with.
Yeah.
These pitchers. Some guys you could go get into. Some guys you have to lay back. Just knowing their personalities.
Very much so. For me, it was Cole. I can always tell when Cole would get upset or bothered or even frustrated. And it was just very simple. I just walk up to the mound, just look at him. Like, what are you so upset about? And just look at me, and he just crack a little smile. It's like, you know what? You're right. And that's all I wanted. I just wanted to get him out of his own head. You could get mad at me. You could smile at me. You could do whatever you want. I distracted you from distracting yourself. Now you can get back on the mound and handle your business. And it was very simple. And it was, I mean, there were some times he'd just look at me, and I wouldn't come in. We just knew, like, all right, you know what I'm going to say, so just go ahead and handle it. But there are times where you physically go up there, put your hand on his back, and you're all right. Yeah, I'm feeling good. Really? What are you so upset about then? And you could just see all that stress and tension just leave his body, and he got right back to handling his business.
The liner out to left field.
No.
McCutcheon makes the one-hop scoop. Woo, thankfully. Yeah, that puts runners on first and second. All right, so now it's a little danger zone with Dahl coming up. After you thought you had the final out recorded on the strikeout to Blackman, you've got back-to-back hits now.
This ball scolded. Andrew lucky that ball doesn't get by him. He thinks he's got a beat on it, and then it just starts sinking. And I think he had that trapeze with him. It's the kind of outfitter's glove that Andrew uses, a Rollins trapeze.
Dahl today has struck out twice, both times looking. 5 hits now for the Rockies. Just off, but it has been a strike today.
Now, you've seen that often, and you're more familiar, or closer to it than we are. First 3 innings of the game, the umpire has a strike zone, and then towards the middle of the game, he starts to change it out. Now, I don't know if that's on purpose, but you notice it. As a hitter, we see it from that side, that the strike zone just absolutely changes, and there you go.
You just want consistency.
That's it.
That's all you want. Pitcher wants it. The hitter wants it. It just makes everybody's life a lot easier.
I think the Shadows are getting the ad a little bit too.
I wondered about that. 1-2.
There were times, Jimmy, where if an umpire wasn't seeing a particular pitch, if I thought if he wasn't seeing a guy's slider or curveball, umpires actually say, hey, if you know that if you're calling that pitch, give me a little tap, just let me know it's coming, just so I can kind of hone in on it a little bit better. Which I appreciate their honesty when they would do that.
Runners lead off, count 1-2 strikes to Dahl here in the top of the 5th inning. Phillies lead it 2-0. And Nola delivers. Curveball outside, 2-2.
He's really set up for that front door sinker right off his hip.
Hasn't shown it to him his entire at bat.
Perfect spot for it here.
Nick Gabe is talking to Chris Young about potential bullpen down the road because he's at 86 pitches. The runners again lead off. Swing and a miss. 10 strikeouts for Aaron Nola. The side is retired here in the 5th inning. No runs. 2 hits and 2 men left. This was 95 from Aaron Nola. Just blasted it right on by him. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. The official bank of the Phillies. Visit bank.com. Lehigh Valley lost to Charlotte yesterday, 10-3. Lane Adams 3 for 5 with 2 RBIs. Reading defeated Portland 3-1. Mickey Moniak 3 for 4. Clearwater lost to Charlotte. Alec Boehm had 2 doubles, 3 RBIs. And Lakewood lost to Greensboro. Luis Garcia had a 2-run home run. By the way, Kingery is scheduled to DH for the Reading Titans. Conversation between Gabe Kapler and Aaron Nola. 5 innings, 10 strikeouts for Nola. And McCutchen lines one foul.
I like the aggression from Drew. He's pretty much all season long been, working counts and taking strike 1 or ball 1. But he's obviously making an adjustment, understanding that if they're going to throw you that cookie, there's no reason to let that thing go by. He has pop. He can hit the ball. Obviously, he has a great eye, so he's not worried about falling behind in the counts either.
1-2.
And it sets the tone. A lot of times you're up there, whether you get a hit, as long as you hit the ball hard and you take an aggressive swing, the dugout notices that.
Yeah. That one's floated out to right. Charlie Blackmon reels it in. 1 away. Gene Segura's coming up. Let's check with Greg Murphy. He's going to recap the fantastic auction.
And it was indeed fantastic. It finished up last night, guys. Here's some of the highlights. How about the wiffle ball party with Bryce Harper? $15,520 that went for. That's the largest bid ever in the fantastic auction. The bobblehead figurine collection, $10 grand. You got 121 bobbleheads and figurines. Pitching with Aaron Nola, over $8,000. How about a round of golf with Mike Schmidt, over $7,000. Dinner with Mike and 7 friends, $7,500. And then, of course, we were chronicling the battle between radio and television. A chance to sit with Larry and Scott and do an inning on radio. Went for $3,000. Chance to be with us on NBC one day and follow me around the ballpark at $3,200.
And you'll introduce them to the radio guys.
That's absolutely. Right. We'll spend an inning in there anyway. It was a win-win for the TV folks.
That's exactly right.
But you know what? All in all, guys, $204,000 raised for Phillies charities. It is absolutely amazing when you stop to think about it. Highest total ever raised by the fantastic auction. So congrats to all the winners, and thanks to everybody who was a part of it.
Yeah, heartfelt thanks. I mean, that is really. First of all, it's nice of everybody to do that. It's extremely generous for the people that.
There it is. About time.
Segura signals to extend its hitting streak.
There it is.
To 9 straight.
It took so long, Gene.
You're trying to let everybody else get theirs first.
Well, it brings Bryce Harper up.
I was down on the field earlier this year, Jimmy. I've told Tommy the story, but I was in a group. Gene Segura was hitting in his group. Andrew Knapp was waiting to hit in the next group. And I said, I could just watch him take BP all day. And I looked at Andrew, and Andrew goes, he really does not like to get out. And I said, he goes, he's just a machine.
Yeah.
He is an absolute machine.
He just hits, he hits, he hits, he hits.
Harper takes the first pitch upstairs. It's 1-0. Harper hit a home run his first time up. His 8th home run of the year, 28 RBIs. It gave the Phillies an early 1-0 lead. In the dirt, 2-0. Here's that home run. You'll be seeing this for a while.
This never gets old. 466 feet later, it lands. First pitch swinging.
It's like one of his home run derby.
Yeah.
He can go ahead and tie it, and double it up, shall I say, right here.
Yeah. Way inside, 3-0.
Or give us another base runner for Reese. I'm okay with that.
Well, Reese's numbers following a Bryce walk are tremendous.
Bryce going to be hacking here.
So you're saying he has the green light?
Oh, yeah.
Walking to it. Oh, no. Oh.
He had the right idea.
I guess he has been consistent, man.
Yeah.
You know, when Bryce is on, obviously he can hit the ball from foul pole to fair pole to fair pole. But when he's in that left center to right center with his power, because guys like this, you're not getting him out. When he stays there, because he has light tower power, as we like to call it, when he stays there, it's tough. He's tough to get out. He's not pulling off the ball. He's not falling towards the first base dugout as he's swinging. He's staying on balance, and he's keeping his bat over the heart of the plate, the hidden zone. He's going to do a lot of damage. Lately, we've seen a lot of his body going towards first base. He's falling away from the ball. At first at bat, he went up there, just strode right into the ball. The result was that. So as long as he's on his feet and he's on balance, he's going to hit. Sometimes you lose that feeling. We're seeing it in glimpses now. A big double last night, home run today. A good walk right there. So hopefully, as I said, as the weather warms up, his bat comes right along with it.
Hoskins is 1 for 1 today. And he takes outside. The other thing, I can only imagine how many pieces of advice Bryce has gotten on what to do.
Oh, yeah. But then, you know, sometimes it's quite the opposite. Ben knows this. When you're struggling, guys just leave you alone because they don't want to overload you.
Right.
They don't want to give you too much and just let you do your thing and try to figure it out. They kind of wait for you to come up to them, or you're in the cage and they got a chance to talk to you one-on-one and just ask, you know, what are you working on? What are you feeling? What are you trying to do? And for me, it was always, you know, asking guys, what do they feel? They can look at video till they're blue in the face, but if they don't feel what they're doing, it's going to be hard to ever make an adjustment.
Two and one.
Good spot. Yeah, the more stuff you have in your mind, the more cluttered your mind gets. Hitting gets even harder. Which sometimes you think it's impossible. Can hitting get any harder?
Yeah.
The more thoughts you put in there, the harder it gets.
Two and two. Fastball right at the knees. Senzatella 95 pitches.
I would think that Dunn's getting ready for Hernandez. Turn him around.
Right. Surprised they don't have a right-hander up, though. Senzatella's won 19 games during his career. Earned run average, though, 4.66. The veteran Mike Dunn. Runners lead off. It remains 2-2. Groups of 25 or more receive discounted tickets to most games and have their group's name in lights before and during every game. Fundraising opportunities available for groups of 25 or more. You can get your group to this ballpark and get your message out and maybe do some fundraising by going to Phillies.com/group tickets or call 215-463-5000. Runners lead off. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Hoskins. Out to center field.
Get over his head.
Going back on it is Dahl. He's got room. Makes the catch. The runner's tag.
Good
Throw
job,
goes
Bryce.
to second.
Good job, Bryce. That's some good base running on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always important as the back runner. You know, they teach it 2 ways. As a back runner, you want to be, you know, 3/4 of the way down just in case he drops it, right? That you can come around and come around and possibly score. But this is the big leagues. That's a regular fly ball. You know he's catching it. You go back knowing how long the throw is, and you put yourself in scoring position. Now a single is 2 runs as opposed to 1. And we've seen some teams and just some guys, period, they don't care. The runner on first, he just goes and hangs out. He catches it, he lazily jogs back or just walks back to first. And he didn't do his job.
Yeah.
He didn't do his job in advancing 90 feet put itself in a better scoring position. Now a single scores you. And now that's 4 instead of 3 on a single. And that's huge. One run can make all the difference.
Segura scored the last time he was at third on a wild pitch. See how careful they are at Real Muto, knowing that they're probably bringing Dunn in to face Cesar with first base open. Two and 1-1. Miami's taking a 2-0 lead on the Mets. That game's in the 6th inning. John Birdie homered early on for Miami. Steven Matz was starting for the Mets in that ball game. Atlanta will host Milwaukee later on. Washington hosts the Cubs. Bud Black had to go to the bullpen last night in the 5th inning, where he chose to go to the bullpen last night in the 5th inning. Spun to shortstop, and Story gobbles it up. And the inning is over. No runs, 1 hit. There were 2 Phillies left. We played 5. We're on to the 6th inning. Aaron Nola back to work when we return. During the offseason, but Zach's acquisition is paying off in a big way. As we arrive at the midpoint of May, Segura has registered multi-hit games at over 47% of his starts. That is second in the National League in infield hits. Since the start of last season, Gene has 25 3-hit games, the most in baseball. He's been a spark plug in the 2-hole with the most first-inning hits in the majors. And it's all brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Gene Segura has scored a run today. He's extended his hitting streak to 9 straight games. And the Phillies lead it 2-0 as we go to the top of the 6th inning. Along with Ben Davis, Jimmy Rollins, Greg Murphy, I'm Tom McCarthy on a beautiful afternoon that's heading into evening. Aaron Nola has struck out 10. The 10 strikeouts for Nola marks the first double-digit strikeout game of the year.
Do you know how many he had last year?
Well, he has 9 for his career. 8 have come here. That's a fair ball down the left field line and off the ball girl. Or just under her. Safe sign by Angel Hernandez, so it must have just went under her. She did a nice job jumping up. And Arenado's aboard to lead off the 6th.
All right, now we're thinking about damage control. Giving up 1 isn't the worst. Still have the lead.
Keeps his head down on the ball as good as anybody. How she avoids this.
Wow.
Behind me.
Good timing.
Whew, that was a close one.
She did the right thing. She was trying to get away with it. I think she thought it was going to hit the half wall. All right, so now Murphy, who walked his last time up, and the Phillies are going to get bullpen action. Sir Anthony's up. 0-1. Adam Morgan's also going to get up. It's tough for Gabe because, you know, Aaron, you consider your ace. You want to give him as much of a rope as possible.
Keep throwing that pitch like that.
Yeah.
He'll find his way out of this inning. And when you're working a guy in this situation, run on second, now that you have 2 strikes on the hitter, are you going for the strikeout because you know how important that is?
Absolutely.
So you're going with a strikeout pitch or what he's been working on that day? What he has going for him that day?
That day. And right now he's got all 3 pitches going for him.
Curveball swung on and missed. 11 strikeouts.
They're not seeing that pitch at all today.
No.
So now you have a legitimate chance of getting out this inning because the ground ball, doesn't matter if the runner advances. That's 3 outs. That's how I looked at it. Great pitch.
You're not going to see a more awkward swing from Daniel Murphy than this one. He's just not picking it up.
All right, so Tapia has singled twice.
And one to left field, one to right field.
He's due for an out. He's got enough. Got 2 in the books. He's good.
Change up line to right field. Harper's there.
Got a guy there.
Arenado tags. Here's the throw by Harper, and it is not in time.
Woo. I like that.
Play long toss, kids. Play long toss.
That was a beautiful throw. Great base running, but Arenado also. Great base running. Only because you're safe.
Yeah.
What a throw.
What a throw.
Such a lost art in today's big league game. Guys just don't take pride in it like they used to, but this is right on the money. Tom and I have been talking about his defense and how accurate he's been with his throws all season. And Arenado's busting it. It wasn't like he took this for granted.
Phillies have decided not to review it. He did get in there. Rogers 1 for 2.
Nice. Cambio. That is such a devastating pitch right there. Curveballs and sliders are much easier to pick up over a changeup. Same arm motion, generally same slot. It's just a good changeup is what, 10 miles per hour slower than what your fastball is, and you can play down from there. Yes, sir.
I guess you're staying away from a fastball here, up 0-2.
Unless you really climb the ladder.
Yeah.
If you're going up top, make sure it stays up top.
No balls and 2 strikes to Rogers. Over to third base, foul. Just foul.
Now with that pitch, what are you thinking here? You 0-2, you throw a 2-seamer in off his hands. You feel like you could pretty much go anywhere at this point?
Yeah, I mean, the options are open. Most likely he'll go back outside with that hook. But I think if he goes 4-seamer in at the belt for a strike, I think you lock him up. I do, because I think he's going to be diving here.
The changeup.
So he went,
that is not a bad pitch.
No, it's not. Because he sped him up in there with it. And then it comes out of the same slot. You're thinking reading fastball in again, and then you're just going to be out in front. Just a little too low for Rogers to bite.
1-2, and the pitch. Grounded foul.
He must like the ball away from him. So everything's in. Seems like he would have him set up for a good curveball. He's in, like I said, he sped him up. He sped him up with the fastball and threw the changeup in. Everything's in. Now something away. It's got to look good. It's got to look juicy.
Yeah.
Or as you said, climb the ladder.
Yeah. I think at some point you have to go back away.
Looks like they're going there now. Check swing. And it's 2-2.
Nice. Go ahead and get yourself out of this inning and take a nice warm shower. Get ready for the.
Do it again in 5 days.
Get ready for the interviews after the game. Let's go, Nola.
There it is. Gonna miss. He got him.
What's that, 11 or 12?
That is number 12 for Aaron Nola. It's a career high in strikeouts. He may be done for the day. Last time he struck out 12 was May of last year. It's 2-0 Phils. What he's done for 6 innings, tied his career high in strikeouts. And the first inning, he really set the tone. I mean, he was electric in that first inning.
Came out pumping strikes, very aggressive. Had the curveball working. And his tempo, as you guys talked about before the game, his tempo was there. He got the ball and threw it.
I think it's just early on in the ball game, his fastball command was so good. Both sides of the plate, obviously able to keep a lot of these righties honest inside and go back with the breaking stuff. Just a dominating performance. 12 strikeouts for Aaron Nola today, and he's going back out.
Yeah, it looked like Gabe Kapler said one more. He's on the doorstep of 100 pitches. So Cesar will lead it off here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Mike Dunn will be the hitter, will be the pitcher. Jimmy, what do you remember about Mike Dunn?
Well, he challenged you with his fastball. He was very aggressive. Sometimes he'll sink it in, but as a hitter, you want to be aggressive with him early in the count. That's what you're going to get. That's what he does. He's going to pound. He's going to pound. He's going to pound. So stay aggressive and jump on him.
His ERA is a bit high. Righties are hitting .333 against him.
It seemed like he pitched in every game that the Phillies played the Marlins.
He did.
It was unbelievable.
And with the Braves. There was no game without Mike Dunn.
It's incredible.
Yeah, if there was a Ryan Howard in the lineup, or moving you to the right side or Shane to the right side, Mike Dunn was in the game.
Yep.
Utley, see the career numbers against the Phillies. This is 65th game against the Phillies. The only reason it's not as high is because he moved into the National League West. Or would it be higher? It was always Mike Dunn with the Marlins or the Braves, and oh boy, I can't remember. Can't figure out why I can't remember the lefty's name from the Mets. Always used to come out of the bullpen. Used to drop down 3/4, be up here, drop down 3/4.
Ollie Perez?
Not Ollie.
Okay.
Although Ollie would do it.
Started and he would come out the bullpen.
Yeah.
Oh, I know who
you know what I'm talking about. He was always there.
Yep. Can't think of his name either.
But he was always in the game. Ground ball to first, and Murphy is there. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Nissan. Shop ChooseNissan.com and by Jefferson Health. Call 800-JEFF now or visit JeffersonHealth.com. Pedro Feliciano.
There you go. There you go.
He was always
Faced him a lot
in the game.
Yes, he was. Oh, nice piece.
Michael Franco is aboard.
That was a rocket.
Nola's coming up, so this is a clear indication. Feliciano pitched 71 games against the Phillies. 71.
He gave that an error.
Yeah. I wouldn't want that job. Scoring hits and errors.
No, I mean, it was on his glove side.
I don't think he saw it, honestly.
He probably didn't see it.
I don't think he saw that.
But it was hit hard, and he plays for our team.
Yeah, don't get me started.
It was hit hard, and he plays for our team.
Yeah. Doesn't work here.
Does that sound like a dad begging in a Little League game?
It doesn't matter what level. 0-1 is in there, 0-2.
Get my white out. Oh, gone.
Here you go, Ben.
Thanks, partner.
Yeah, you guys should see Ben's scorebook.
First of all, he uses green.
Yeah.
Always green.
Luck of the Irish.
But it's neat. I mean, it's very neat.
I would say mine used to be neat when I first started. And now it's just, it's just colorful.
It is very colorful. Black, red, blue.
Yep.
I like it, T-Mac.
Thank you.
Maybe you have a little
Time now for your Delaware Valley Honda Dealers game summary. The Phillies scored one in the first and a long home run by Bryce Harper, and then another one in the third. And then it's Aaron Nola. He's the story. 6 innings, 12 strikeouts. He's allowed 6 hits. He'll pitch here to start the 7th. He'll do so against Tony Walters, the pitcher spot, and then Charlie Blackmon. All 3, by the way, are out in the on-deck circle trying to time Aaron Nola as we speak. Nola will begin this inning with 99 pitches. Every time a Phillies pitcher records a pitch of 95 miles per hour or more, Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity, the fastest internet in Philadelphia.
That was pretty impressive, Tom. I didn't know that you could read side language.
Oh, yeah. You just got to train your eyes for it, Jimmy.
There you go.
Nothing he can't do.
Nola's reached 95 5 times today. And Walters shows bunt, takes outside.
I think that you were just appeasing her, and just since she handed you the iPad, whatever the pad is.
Just trying to give it back to her the same key to the same way she gave it to
There it is. There it is. What about you, Ben? You got that down yet?
I have a couple of them down.
Ah.
A couple of them.
Outside, 2-0. Start to get Jimmy to read some promos down the road. He'll be walking through the streets of Southern California, and they'll be popping in his head.
Yeah, nah,
we'll see a Hyundai dealership and say, man, that was the Hyundai defensive play of the game.
Yeah, we're good.
3-0.
That's something how beautiful the view is in this weather.
Look at that. Christine threw the iPad at John.
See, that's what happens when you stop reading. Right. Which is why you just take it, and regardless of it's sideways or upside down, you just act like you're reading. Because you don't want that. Next time it'll be hot coffee.
That's happened also. 3-1 to Walters, who was 0 for 2. 3-2.
All the way back here, Aaron.
Velo's still good.
Yeah.
Velo's still good. When's the last time a starting pitcher for us has gone 104 pitches or plus?
Eflin did it.
Eflin did it.
Eflin did.
Yeah.
It's a complete game.
You know, it's funny that you say that. It dawned on me that we were debating whether he would pitch again, and he was at 99 pitches. That's really how the game has changed.
Yeah. Yep.
In a lot of ways. To right field, toward the corner.
Foul.
And it is a fair ball off the top of the wall. Boy, did that kick. What an odd kick as Walters is on his way to third. The throw by Harper is offline at a triple. I mean, that kicked in such an odd way. I mean, birds went flying everywhere.
Looked like it hit the fence and then the top of the wall and shot back out.
I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
First of all, how does he get to the pitch, barrel it, and keep it fair? Look where this pitch is. What a short swing there by Walters. He thinks he got it.
Yep, exactly.
They're not going to be any closer than that.
Hits the fence, kicks off the top of the wall.
Nothing Bryce could do.
Bud Black is wondering if that's a home run. It's not, because it hit below the small fence.
Well, let him do another replay. Burn that one time out, or whatever they call it. Challenge.
Remember that ball? You hit a ball in San Diego that hit the bottom of the pole.
Yep, and bounced all the way back.
And bounced all the way back. All right, you're right. It hit the top. It hit the fence, then hit the wall,
and shot back out.
Then shot back out.
It's pretty simple. It has to actually leave everything to be a home run.
Right.
I think the exception is, do they still have the glass panels out there, right? If it's the glass panel because it's above the metal railing.
Correct. There's a yellow line on. There's a yellow line in that area.
Okay.
All right, so they'll review it.
There's one challenge down.
They may call this a crew chief review.
Oh, okay.
It is right here. You can see that doesn't. Oh, this is it. No, that's not it either. Right here? That's not it either. Right here?
Just happened.
I was so close.
You were really close. I think you were closer on the second one. There you go. There's the blur. See it?
Oh, there it is. Yes.
Circle it, Ben. Circle it.
Right there. Right there.
Right there.
There we got it. Right on it.
Oh, man. We're really good with technology. Ryan McMahon is going to pinch hit. So he'll pitch hit for Mike Dunn. All right, he worked around a leadoff double in the last inning. Out to right field. Harper going back. It's over his head and off the scoreboard. So a run will score. McMahon going to second, and the throw is offline. It's an RBI pitch hit double for a guy who's losing his time at second base to the rookie Brendan Rodgers. Now a 2-1 ball game.
Think he was looking breaking ball there?
He might have been.
Pretty good chance.
So that's going to be it for Aaron Nola. With Blackman coming up, they're going to bring in Adam Morgan. I know he didn't get out of the 7th inning, but I think it's safe to say that Aaron Nola has climbed back today. He's responsible for the runner at second base. They'll lead with a 2-1 lead after 106 pitches. And the Phillies on top. We'll be back after this. Make plans to cheer on the Cardinals Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, the 28th, 29th, and 30th. A reminder that Thursday is a 105 Throwback Thursday Citizens Bank Business Person Special. Go to Phillies.com to order your tickets. Phillies took 2 of 3 from St. Louis earlier this month. Ryan McMahon is at second base in a 2-1 game, and Charlie Blackman will face Adam Morgan. Morgan comes in with an ERA of 2.35. Aaron is responsible for the runner at second base.
He was excellent today. Absolutely excellent.
Toward the middle. Morgan's got it. Oh, man, he had McMahon going to third.
Wow.
Gets the out at first.
Michael was screaming. You saw his reaction when he didn't get it. He pounded his glove there at third base thinking, we got a shot here.
Yeah, that's going to be it for Adam Morgan. So 1 and done for Adam. Sir Anthony Dominguez coming in. Here's the replay. Look, he had him by... I mean, he stumbled there, but he still could have gotten his bearings and thrown to third.
Michael would have gotten back easily.
Do you think he was surprised that he was going to third, or he just didn't? He just forgot to look?
That's just fundamentals.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
Yep. Pitching change. Sir Anthony Dominguez coming in with 1 out here in the top of the 7th. David Letterman. What's his life like now? Willie finds out when they go fishing together on Sunday Today with Willie Geist at 8 a.m. tomorrow on NBC 10. All right, so it's Sir Anthony Dominguez against Trevor Story. Story 1 for 3. He struck out, flied out, and singled. The first pitch, 1 ball, no strikes. Dominguez a 4.76 ERA.
Gabe said they like him to throw his fastball a little bit more.
I would agree with Gabe on that.
100%.
Just as folks that watch it, I'd like to see the fastball more. Over to third base. Franco has it. They've got a play at the plate. And McMahon is out at home plate. That is a huge break for the Phillies. Going on contacts with Dahl on deck.
Managers have their reasons for sending guys on contact, but I never understood the ball to third base. I think instinctively as a base runner, you have to think to yourself, there's not a snowball's chance. I don't care if I'm Billy Hamilton that I'm scoring on this particular play.
Yeah, which brings up poor base running once again.
Yeah.
You're going on contact. You know you're out. You stop. You get yourself in a rundown. You give Trevor a chance to get the second base. A single puts him back in scoring position. There's no such thing as I'm going on contact and I'm running blindly. Once again, just these little fundamentals of base running that get overlooked. Get overlooked. Even if you're out, you know you're out. Do your job and get that runner to second base. Put him in position for a single to possibly score. So thank you on our behalf.
Big time.
That goes both ways. That goes both ways. It happens a lot. Just running blind, I guess.
I'm also a big proponent. I know you're not supposed to do this, but you know the ball is to the third base. You can get back to third if you want to.
Yeah, you can. But if you're going on contact,
yeah.
You're running. You're running. You look over your shoulder. You see him make the play. He starts to come up. You stop. He hesitates. Either he fires it home or he hesitates and gets you in a rundown. You create as much distance as you can by running towards the plate to have the catcher or whoever has the ball at that point to run you all the way back to second. That gives this runner, the base runner, a free 90 feet, and that's what you have to do. That is the proper play. You're going on contact, and the third base coach has to be in your ear. Let's hit to the third baseman, getting a rundown. I'm not sure if it was or it wasn't, but that's a conversation I've had plenty of times, especially when you had Vuk down there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you better do it right.
I wholeheartedly agree with that.
Just peek over your shoulder.
Yeah.
It's right. It's not in front of you. It's behind you, but it's right next to you. You can hear what's going on.
And there's nothing that your manager's going to say to you like, hey, that's a contact play. You're supposed to be going there. You're going to say, Skipper, I'm going to be out by 15 feet, which McMahon was. What's he going to say to you? You know, I mean.
Yeah. That looks like he's getting ready to go. Big lead over there.
Out to left field. McCutcheon will cut it off on a hop.
Like I said, thank you. That was an RBI single right there.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
RBI single if he did his job. But here we are. It's a matchup Colorado wants. There's a big out right here. This can save the game.
Chris Young asked for time, and he's going to go out and talk to Dominguez.
You always hear managers say, I don't want to give the other team an out. That's why you're seeing the lack of the bunt, the lack of stolen base attempts. But the bottom line is you just gave a team an out in a critical situation, critical time in this ball game.
Easy out.
Not going to get one any easier. Might go out to throw a ball 90 feet.
So now Arenado, who is 1 for 3, doubled his last time up. .259 hitter, 7th inning or later. First pitch is in there. It's 0-1. Started him off with a slider. That is ahead, 1 strike.
So is this an 0-2 situation? And we've heard it. I don't know if the audience has heard it, but you got guys up like this. Every pitch is 0-2. If you walk them, we live with that. But we want to get them to chase and definitely not give them anything, decent to hit.
Well, I don't know if you necessarily want to walk them because then you're going to put the winning run on second base. Whereas here it'd just be the tying run. But a guy like Arenado, though, to your point, be very, very careful.
Mo, 2-1. It was close. It was just below the strike zone. StatCast brought to you by your local Delaware Valley Audi dealers. He's now even 2-2.
See, with the command of that fastball, I think it really just gets better the more he throws that fastball. And boy, it's a good one.
97, some movement.
Runners lead off. Crowd starting to percolate a little bit. The pitch. Fouled away again.
He's going to make you earn it. Bring you lunch. He's not giving in.
Runners will be off on this 3-2 pitch with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning. It's a 1-run Phillies lead. Nobody has scored more runs in the National League from the 7th inning on than the Rockies. I'm sorry, the D-backs have. Nobody else besides the D-backs have scored 85 runs from the 7th inning on. Rockies are at 77. The 3-2 pitch. Put in. And ball 4 will load the bases up. All right, so now bases are loaded. And Murphy is coming up. Hector was warming up with the bullpen.
There's a silver lining that Daniel Murphy has been a little cold lately, so you have to feel you still have a good chance. But he is a professional hitter, and it's not how many hits you get, it's when you get them. That's something Charlie always preached. It didn't matter if you only had 1 hit. What did that 1 hit count for? If it counted for a few RBIs and put your team ahead, you had a heck of a game. And guess who knows that more than anybody else? The dugout. They understand what that means. They understand you're struggling, but you found a way to get a hit in this situation. Not now.
443 with bases loaded in his career. A changeup, or slider, I should say. Now 2-1. Back towards shortstop. Segura has it. Throws across the diamond in time, and the inning is over. Rockies get 1, but they don't get 2. They leave them loaded. They've left 8 in the last 4 innings. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th. It's 2-1 Phillies. Brought to you by Xfinity XFi on Wi-Fi. This is XFi, and it's Sir Anthony Dominguez getting Daniel Murphy on the final out of the 7th inning to keep this at a 2-1 ball game. Now we go to the bottom of the 7th inning, and Sung-Won Oh will be the new pitcher. A 10.05 ERA. I don't know. We saw him in Colorado. The Phillies could not touch him, but somebody is hitting him. He's allowed 25 hits in 14 1/3 innings.
Yeah.
Translator came out with him. They raced to the mound. 0-1. O didn't even say anything, but the translator said something. He just nodded.
He's nodding in agreement. Yeah, I remember watching those games in Colorado. Johnny was out on the trip, but he was nasty.
Nasty.
I mean, nasty, nasty.
So it'll be McCutcheon to lead it off. McCutcheon, Segura, Bryce Harper. Those are the scheduled hitters here in the bottom of the 7th. Phillies looking for some insurance.
We used to call these a championship innings. It doesn't matter what happened in innings 1 through 6. Not that it doesn't matter, but you win innings 7, 8, 9. You find yourself winning a lot of ball games. Yeah. This is when it counts. This is when you find out who's made of what. It's like, I guess in golf, this is like putting. All the other stuff was for show. This is for the dough. They're bringing in you bringing in your bullpen guys to shut them down. You know you're going to turn over the lineup one more time, and this is where the hitters are saying, okay, I haven't done anything all day. This is my chance to contribute.
1-2.
Championship innings.
Yeah, you have to be able to, A, come from behind if you're going to win a title.
Yep.
B, close it out.
Yep. And you have to practice both of them.
Absolutely.
You have to know what it feels like.
Be good at both of them. 1-2 pitch to McCutchen. He fouls it back toward the sweet level.
It's not quite close enough. Come on, Kutch. I'm right here, brother. I'm right here. I just need one. In all my years going to the ballpark, I never caught a foul ball. My brother did twice.
Oh, really?
He didn't even like baseball. All those years.
Yeah, you would think we would get one or two in here, but it just doesn't happen.
The angle just isn't right.
Yeah.
I thought we had a really good shot in Kansas City, T-Mac.
Oh, yeah, that was low.
That was prime real
Really?
estate.
No love, huh?
Nope. In the air to left center field. He may have just missed
Just missed it. Just got in.
And Dahl makes the catch. Show Dad how much you love him by bringing him to the Chevrolet's Father Appreciation Day here at Citizens Bank Park. It's Sunday, June 9th when the Reds are in town. The Phillies vest free to men 15 and older. Go to Phillies.com to order your tickets. Aaron Nola is sporting that vest. There's a dad. I don't know if his little guy is in position to take him to a game. Oh, 1 to Segura.
He's talking to himself.
Base hit his last time up. He has also scored a run after walking. Spins it out to shortstop. Story stays down on it. 2 quick outs. Jake McGee, the lefty, is going to come in because Bud Black is heading out to the mound. So they'll bring the hard-throwing lefty in to face Bryce Harper as O retires the 2 Phillies that he faced in today's game. So another pitching change for the Rockies. With 2 outs here at the bottom of the 7th inning. Jake McGee coming on in. This is beyond Wi-Fi. This is X-Fi. Pass and Stowe outside the ballpark. I'm laughing because they just played on the big video board the Fanatic in League of Their Own, where Tom Hanks says there's no crying in baseball, and he starts yelling at the Fanatic. And then they shot the Fanatic on the dugout, thanking everybody for their round of applause for his acting ability. Jake McGee just off the injured list, and he's on to face Bryce Harper. Harper is homered today. He struck out and he has walked. His numbers went from the 7th inning on. Well, you got power on power. McGee doesn't throw the way he used to throw. He still has some giddy up on his fastball.
Oh, yeah. I have a question.
Yes.
You think if we asked for some Shake Shack burgers, we could get that happen? We can make that happen?
Traditionally, yes. If you want Shake Shack burgers, sometimes they magically appear.
I wish we had a Shake Shack. Double cheese with bacon. Maybe some fries. That's my wish.
Maybe
you know, maybe that's where my pee is. Maybe my pee is at the Shake Shack.
Shake Shack?
With the double bacon cheeseburger. That might be where it is. I don't know. It's not here. I think my pee has traveled to. It's waiting for me to go find it. That's what happened.
I think
it's not that the pee is gone. It's waiting for me to find it at the Shake Shack.
We can actually make this some kind of a promotion. Where is Jimmy's Phillies pee?
Where's Jimmy's Phillies pee?
Get the Fanatic to find it. He searched around the ballpark for it.
Literally can make it like a scavenger
he really
hunt.
would. Yeah.
Yeah.
We should try that.
It would be funny.
Yeah.
We may not find it.
Leave clues.
We may never find it.
We'll leave clues. Jimmy's Phillies P loves double cheeseburgers with bacon and fries.
1 and 2. If you're just joining us, Jimmy's shirt arrived. just in time for today's game. And we were all excited about it. And we took it out of the package, and all of a sudden we realized there was no P on it. It happens.
Yeah. I wonder if that was a manufacturer's choice.
Just to make everybody laugh in the office.
Yeah, joke's on me. That's okay, I'm a rookie. I get it. I get it.
Once
Yep.
it was fouled off. Yeah, it was a little hazing.
Yep.
Hazing.
Doesn't matter. You're going to get it either way, brother. I just want to let everybody know that this is how you guys do it, brother, right here. just do me like I thought we were family. I thought this was my new family. I went from the clubhouse to the upper room.
We probably should have done what we originally thought, and that was to have 2 shirts today, just in case your black with whatever these speckles are didn't arrive, and we could have worn the other one.
Best laid plans, partner.
We didn't do that, and that's my fault, and I apologize for that.
No, I'm telling you where my P is. It's at the Shake Shack. That's what I'm telling you.
Well, I do believe that your message has been heard.
Well, look on the bright side. You get a nice new golf shirt.
Bingo.
You know what I mean?
That's what I'm
There you
talking
go.
about.
Glass is always half full.
It is actually a nice golf shirt to wear.
It's a
on
very good
everyday
golf shirt.
basis.
Oh, there it is. Get in that gap.
Harper does line it out toward
Get
right
up.
center field. It's a one-hop off the base of the wall. Boy, I think there's some signs right now, and I think it's really good to see.
Very much so. Very much so. When you stand in on that lefty,
With 2
that
strikes.
lets you know you're doing things right. Look at that balance. Remember we said about earlier how he was falling towards the dugout. You can go look at the film all day, and he sees it. Until he feels it, you won't make an adjustment. But he's starting to do that. Look at that balance.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a pretty swing.
Balance is good. His head is staying on the same plane. He's not lifting up with his front side. And that bat is flying through the zone. The barrel's finding the baseball. That's 94 from the left side, and he just turned on it like it was nothing.
Well, that's going to be it for McGee. They're going to make another pitching change plus another switch. Murphy is out. Reynolds is in at first base. And a righty coming in to face Rhys Hoskins. It's a tough part of the game. Scott Oberg will be coming in for the first time today. Have it at Citizens Bank on game days. Beautiful indoor and outdoor spaces to host any type of event. For more info, call 215-218-5100 or go to Phillies.com/special events. Well, there are 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning, and Harper is on second base. And Scott Oberg, who's been really good for the Rockies this year, is going to take over on the mound to face Rhys Hoskins.
It's been really good and really busy. 19 innings pitched.
Hoskins is 1 for 2 today. Walked his first time up.
A great time to get a second. No better time than the present.
Yeah, his numbers have been really good from the 7th inning on. A little bit of a cut on that slider, and it's 0-1.
That was a pretty unique way of putting it. A little bit of cut on that slider, Ben.
Well, there just wasn't a lot of movement on it. It just dropped.
Some sliders do that. You know, I didn't know Brad Lidge threw a slider until I played behind him in the 2005 All-Star game.
What did you think? It was a curveball?
I thought it was a split.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I thought it broke straight down like a split finger fastball. I just, you just look at the movement. Most sliders go sideways.
Right.
His was more of, for a slider, definitely more of an up to down type of slider, and that's usually a pitch you see with a fork ball or a split finger. Until I got behind him in Detroit, and I seen the catcher put down a 3, and he threw a slider.
Huh.
And I went and asked him, I'm like, "That's a slider you throw?" He was like, "Yeah, what'd you think it was?" All the time I'm thinking it's a split finger. So now my confidence goes through the roof.
Right.
I'm like, "Oh, it's just a slider now."
It's just a slider.
I can handle a slider.
They're just thinking, oh, man, I thought I had him the whole time.
And the same thing with Craig Kimbrell. I thought he was throwing a slider until I got behind him, and it's a knuckle curveball that he's throwing. I can handle that now.
Yeah.
Now I actually know what's coming. And it's amazing. All you have to do is put a name on it.
That's it.
When it was, I don't know, I think it's a split finger, no chance of hitting him. As soon as I knew it was a slider, come on, Brad, I got you now.
But Brad would throw. I mean, he would change the tilt on that.
Yes.
You know, sometimes it'd be like a curveball. The final pitch of the 08 World Series. I mean, that was more north to south than east to west.
And it's a true slider.
Right.
Like, he's not throwing it like a curveball. It's just that's how his arm and with his height and his release point, it worked out. Crazy, right? And all you had to do was put a name on it.
I'm not sure why. I don't think the home plate umpire just told him to go out, but there was something going on.
I think they're discussing where to find my peak.
They're going to charge a visit to the Rockies. Two balls and one strike to Hoskins. Two and two. Reaches out just to stay alive.
Nice catch.
Yeah, right off the speaker, caroms it to the hands of somebody in the third row of the Hall of Fame club.
It's a pretty packed house here today.
Yeah, great crowd.
And they're all still here. What else would you rather be doing? Saturday afternoon, beautiful weather.
Just zeroing in on 7 o'clock here in the East. Yeah, the 2-2 pitch coming with Harper at second. Another one fouled over the Phillies dugout.
Great job fighting, stay alive. Fight for it. Earn every single hit. Nothing's given in this game. Nothing's free. Can't take it for granted. Plus, it'd be nice to get that one run back.
Oh, absolutely.
More than anything, just a little breather.
There's no way Dusty's stopping Harper either.
At all. Harper's not stopping Harper.
Over toward the hole, backhanded by Story. He'll set himself
Bounce
and throw
it.
on the run. Well, he's got a lot of confidence. Now the side is retired. No runs, one hit, and one man left. To the 8th inning we go. It's 2-1. Phillies on top. Check out every new Ford SUV crossover at buyfordnow.com today. And buy WB Mason. Who bought WB Mason for fast, free delivery? Nobody does it better. On a beautiful day for baseball, the Phillies hang it on to a 2-1 lead. As we go to the top of the 8th inning, Hector Neris is on to pitch for the Phillies. You know, matchups are a big deal in this day and age. Some teams have a closer, guy that goes out there in the 9th inning, you know who it is. The Phillies closer is here in the 8th inning. And what does that tell you? Well, it tells you either they want 2 innings from him today, but I don't think that. Or they feel like this is the part of the lineup that he matches up the best against. And they want to get him through it. And then they worry about the 9th inning where I guess Nishak would be the guy.
2 out of the first 3 hitters lefties. They know how much that split really dominates a lot of lefties at times. And last night, boy, it was good. Goal number 1, keep this guy off the pillows.
Yeah. He's actually had a good day. He's 2 for 3. He's hit the ball hard all 3 times. His 3 at-bats were against Aaron Nola, who went 6+ innings today. 8 hits, 1 run. Hector did not throw a lot of pitches last night. I mean, he cruised through the 9th inning.
Very important to get this first hitter out. Very important. This sets the tone for him. This is, as a hitter, as you're leading off the inning, you have a 2-0 count. If you're a guy with pop, then yeah, you might give him a green light here because you know you're 1 swing and there you go. 1 swing away from tying up, especially with the short right field here.
I need a chiropractor after that swing.
That was a healthy swing.
Goodness.
He may have actually saw the chiropractor prior to the swing. Because there's no way you get that loose this late in the game. That's usually in the beginning where you amped up.
Ground ball right side.
Get over there. Get over there. Get
Cesar
back.
throws to Reese, who just barely gets the bag.
Great play.
What I liked about this is Reese, obviously I like his aggressiveness going after the ball, but his instinct to get back, retreat. He says, you know, there's no way I can get to it. I'm going to bust it back, and Cesar delivers a strike back to Reese. Good job of Reese finding the bag. It's just a really good play by Reese to bust it back there. Tapia is definitely out.
His body was contorted every which way.
Now that's to feel good, especially the way they've been playing defense lately.
Yes.
To make those type of plays, big situation. He's on right there. That changes this whole inning right there. Now you feel a little more pressure. He's feeling a lot more pressure. But to make a play like that, the way things been going, hey,
Oh,
look at that. What do you know? We found it. We have it's official. I'm back.
Oh my gosh.
I'm back. I'm back. I told you where it was. We got the fries.
Thank you, Kev.
Wow.
Appreciate it.
How about it?
Thank you, gentlemen. I missed you, little buddy.
Found the P.
Found the P.
I missed you, little buddy. I know you. He was down there waiting for me.
Oh my goodness.
He was down there waiting for me. We found him. Oh, this is beautiful.
It does. It actually looks okay.
Is there a game going on?
Ask and you shall receive.
That bacon is fantastic.
It smells fantastic.
I have two. Would anybody like one?
Swing and a miss.
I'm good, thank you.
Wow.
My little buddy said he was hungry.
Let's check in with Greg Murphy with T-Mobile. Murph.
Yeah, you guys just eat. I'll do the work down here. It's not a problem. T-Mobile connecting to the game. The Braves are shaking up their bullpen just a bit. They released Johnny Venters today, the left-hander, and they re-signed Jerry Blevins to a major league deal. The Braves had DFA'd Blevins on Tuesday because he had an ERA of 10.80. 35-year-old, though, coming back to Atlanta to try and help out that bullpen. And a note from yesterday, I don't know if you saw the Cubs-Nationals game, Chris Bryant, he had himself quite an afternoon. He had 3 home runs in that game. That in and of itself is impressive, obviously, but that's not what made it unique. What made it unique was that those 3 home runs came in the 7th, 8th, and 9th innings of last night's game. 3 innings in a row. He's the 12th player in Major League Baseball to do that, but only the 2nd to do it in the 7th, 8th, and 9th innings. How about that? Yeah, so 3 innings in a row, 12 players. Only 2 have done it 7, 8, 9. When did that happen last? How about back in 2017 when J.D. Martinez did it for the Arizona Diamondbacks?
I couldn't even imagine doing that. I couldn't imagine.
Well, so much for his power being sapped out.
Yeah, right? He's been on fire. Good thing we get to go in there on Monday, huh?
Yeah.
I would comment about these burgers. They're so good.
Murph, I could run you out a burger. You could have mine. I'm not allowed to eat it.
Why aren't you allowed to eat it?
I was asked yesterday how much weight I put on, so I figured I'd forgo.
4-3 on the putout. Nice inning by Hector Neris. He sets the Rockies down in order. Well, we found the burger.
Crush it.
We found the P.
Spread killer.
Life is good.
That was
Phillies
one
up
heck of
2-1.
an inning. That was one heck of an inning, guys. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, they will send Real Muto to the plate. It'll be Real Muto, Cesar Hernandez, Odubel Herrera for the Phillies. Real Muto is 0 for 3. I'm interested to see what they do in the 9th inning. I would think it's got to be Neshek, although maybe it's Hector to start. He threw 6 pitches last night.
That is a $1 million question there, partner.
It wouldn't surprise me if it's Pat Neshek. I mean, he doesn't take him long to warm up.
Wouldn't be.
He's taking his sweater off now, I believe.
Yeah, he is. So 11 pitches in that inning for Hector.
I don't think it's a matter of whether or not Hector wants to go back out there.
I heard that.
Hector wants the ball every chance he can.
Is it a possible closer by committee situation?
Yeah.
Today?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's a matchup. Swing and a miss, 1-2.
Good pitch.
I think this guy could be a closer, honestly.
Absolutely.
There's Hector. Arm wrapped. Sometimes that tells you that he's not done.
Ben, can I tell you how good this Shake Shack double cheese bacon burger is?
Yeah, by the way, if you haven't, when you come to the ballpark, if you haven't stopped down there,
it's a must.
It is a must. I mean, it is, first of all, it's packed all the time, but it is a great place. 1-2 pitch to Real Muto. It's in the dirt, 2-2. This is part of that area. It's Pass and Stowe, where you can get some pizza, the wood fire pizza. And then you go inside the Foundries. You go inside, you got Shake Shack. And Shake Shack outside, too.
They did a great job with that area.
They really did. I'm a little jealous. We'd have that when I was still here. Do you know how many Shake Shack burgers we would have had in the clubhouse? It's like going out to L.A. and you walk in and there's In-N-Out burgers just sitting there. And they're just there. They're not even warm. It's just the fact that it's an In-N-Out burger sitting right there in the clubhouse.
Right. Inside, 3-2.
And you better get there early too, Matt.
The swing before that was. You guys catch that? Way his feet kind of kicked out underneath him.
Like he slipped almost.
Yeah. Like he was trying to get out of the way, and then he decided, oh, I better swing at this.
He did that earlier also.
2 pitch ago. Like he's. The back foot just kind of slid out from underneath him.
Swing and a miss. JT strikes out, 1 away here in the 8th inning, and now Cesar Hernandez is coming up.
Saw the couple hits that Cesar has had today. The one that really struck me, and I saw him doing this in BP yesterday, but some guys are violent with everything they do. Pitchers, 100% effort. The swings that Cesar has taken today are so free and easy, but yet the
confident.
Bat, it's like he's not muscling up, and the bat is flying through the zone. Especially on that double down the right field line. It was just so easy and natural. Effortless.
Yeah, I think there's a confidence that he has right now.
Agreed.
It's kind of what Jimmy alluded to before, that he's letting his athleticism just kind of take over at the plate. Little pop-up outside of third.
Get away, get away.
He's there. Basket catch right on the railing. 2 outs.
When his career is done, and I expect him to play for a long, long time, can you imagine his defensive highlight reel? How long that's going to be?
Well, even for something just like this, he made it look so routine.
Just get over it, find your spot, make the play. But I mean, that defensive reel, highlight reel, would be hours long.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Odubel is 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice. He's walked. Takes inside, just inside. There's Neshek. I guess our question is answered. One ball, one strike.
Love to see home run number 2 here. It's that added insurance run.
And that's big. Just the guy coming out the bullpen knows he has a chance to get away with one mistake and still win the game.
Yep.
Or close the game out, shall I say, for you.
Yeah, if the leadoff hitter gets on, it's not the end of the world. Odubel kept his body. Tried to keep the bat back, and he did, but he kept his body leaning one way to try to hold that swing.
In a 2-run ball game, in a 1-run ball game, you have 5 consecutive guys that have capabilities to hit a home run whenever they want or whenever they can.
Good swing. Yeah, good swing there. 3-2.
You have Reynolds, Blackman, and Story at the top of the 9th.
Got your work cut out for you.
And some firepower.
Yes, there is.
Ball 4. Odubel walks, so that brings Franco up. Second walk of the day for Odubel.
It was an easy take for him. He saw it right out of the pitcher's hand.
Two out lightning right here.
Nick Williams has come out of the on-deck circle to pinch hit.
By the way, I just want to send a quick shout out to Bonnie Clark and Shake Shack for making this possible today. And finding my Pete, which is most important. The burgers were the added bonus. I had a feeling he might be down there hanging out at the Shake Shack.
Yeah.
You know, he was hungry, hasn't eaten since this morning. He's like, I got you, dog. I got you. He's on the table, he's full. See that belly right there, Tom?
Yeah, the belly from the P.
Yep.
Kevin Tedesco and the
All
folks
burgers.
at Aramark helping us out, getting the Shake Shack up here. 0-1 to Franco. Yeah, the dirt, 1-1. Whatever your next game is, Jimmy, we'll make sure that that P is not only sewn on, but it is on for good.
Man, I would hope so.
Or you could just keep that and we'll take it out of the rotation. Keep that shirt. And I guess we should check the other ones.
No. You know what? Let's just keep it a surprise each time. Each time I show up. Is the P going to show up this time?
Man. 1 ball and 1 strike. Swing and a miss, 1-2.
We can make it the W.B. Mason question of the day. Will the P show up?
Or where it is in the ballpark.
Where's Waldo? Maybe I should give my little buddy a name.
Young James.
Young James.
Franco, I'm sure he's going to get the slider here. Odubel breaks, stops, 2-2.
Take it. He's giving it to you. Take the bag. Take the bag. You have nothing to lose. If you're out and they somehow tie the game, you're leading the 9th inning off with this guy with a fresh count.
Over just to make sure.
Think we have a winner here, T-Mac. Name of my little buddy.
Young James.
From yours truly.
Ryan Howard would be happy about that.
We can call him Little Peasy.
Little Peasy.
Little Peasy. It's all you, Ben. Little Peasy's in the house. Little Peasy found his way back home. Little Peasy.
Little Easy.
You like that, don't you?
That's funny.
That's money right there, dog. That's money. That's money.
I got your back, Jimmy.
3-2. All right, well, Odubel's going to be running on this one. Nick Williams is out on deck.
That was good.
Definitely Oberg's inning here. Used up both their lefties already.
Out to shortstop. And Trevor Story throws out Franco. All right, here we go. We're going to go to the top of the 9th inning. The Phillies are hanging on to a 1-run lead. We'll see who it is. Is it Hector? Looks like it is. We'll be back right after this. Start the 9th inning. I don't know if he's going to finish it. We'll find out. But he will face Mark Reynolds to start it off. Reynolds came on as part of a double switch, so he's the number 9 hitter. There's Pat Neshek warming up in the bullpen.
That's where you earn your stripes. 1-run lead, 9th inning.
Practice for the big games. So I look at it. Got to find out what you're made of.
Phillies are a game and a half up over Atlanta. They just started their ball game against the Braves, or against the Brewers, I should say. The Marlins have defeated the Mets 2-0. And Washington and Chicago are just underway down in D.C. One ball and no strikes to Reynolds. 1 ball, 1 strike. Threw him a fastball at the bottom of the zone.
Well located heater right there.
Good pitch.
I think that Reynolds was looking for the split there. Partly because Hector primarily throws the split now. He very rarely throws a fastball.
It's definitely a show-me pitch, that fastball.
Little spinner out towards second.
Come get it. Come get it. Come get it.
Cesar has it. 1 out.
There you go.
And here comes Blackman. Blackman is 1 for 4.
So one thing we know about Hector, he's not afraid of the moment.
No.
Whether he executes the pitches or not is another thing, but when you're playing behind a guy like that, you pull for him because you know he's in there fighting and he's not running, he's not timid. He's going to come after the guys with what he has, and you hope for that day that it works.
Yeah, I think that's a good point, that he is not afraid of the moment. And you know, if you're going to close games, you can't be afraid of the moment.
Nope. And it takes a certain mentality. We've seen guys come in the 8th inning and dominate, and then get moved to the 9th inning.
Can't do it.
And it's like, who are you? Seems easy. All you got to do is come in and get 3 outs at the end of the game. The toughest 3 outs to get in any game are the last 3.
Plesac always said that. Plesac said everybody thinks it's easy to close a game, because you got to know that when that door swings open and it closes again, the expectation is it's not supposed to open again.
There's no safety net. That's why having that guy at the back end, just count on.
Another one to the right side. Segura charges. 6-3 on the putout. 2 away.
And those bells started ringing in San Diego. Number 51 came in. Hoffy time, baby. I loved it. Loved every minute of it.
They're going to stay with Hector, it looks like. Trevor Story's been up 4 times already. He's 1 for 4. Struck out looking, flat out to right, singled, and reached on a fielder's choice.
I think Ben's up here invisibly calling the game.
Jamie Moyer used to get into like a yoga position during the games up here. It was
really
very funny.
Was it long hair, Jamie?
It was short hair.
Short hair, Jamie.
Yeah. Long hair Jamie could be watching, because he's watching an awful lot. 2 balls and no strikes to Story as Hector tries to finish this ball game off. Phillies up 2-1. In the air,
there it is.
Center field. Odubel Herrera is under it. How about this ball game? Herrera makes the catch and the ball game is over. The Phillies win it 2-1. It's an old-fashioned game. Good starting pitching from Aaron Nola. 12 strikeouts over 6. Some timely hits. Bryce Harper, a long home run. And now the celebration in center field is underway. Is it limbo? No, he's breaking through the finish line. I think that's a little easier to do. He is our Chevrolet player of the game. Bryce Harper, a home run, a walk, and a double as the Phillies win it by a final score of 2-1. It's a good victory. The Phillies have won the series against the Rockies. They have one more game to sweep it out tomorrow. At our W.B. Mason deliveries of the game, we go to Harper in the first inning first.
Oh, this is 466 feet of just pure goodness.
Thank you, brother.
My gosh. First pitch swinging off Senzatella. And then I love this off McGee in the 7th inning. Fastball down in the zone. They turn that 94 around. Short hops to right center field fence. A good sign of things to come here for Bryce Harper. There are your W.B. Mason deliveries of the game.
The other part of it today, not only that swing, those 2 swings, Aaron Nola looked like Aaron Nola again. I mean, looked like Aaron Nola from start to finish with a great breaking ball. 12 strikeouts for Nola. And the guy that closed it, we weren't sure who was going to pitch the 9th inning after he pitched the 8th. Is Hector Neris, and he's down on the field with Greg Murphy.
All right, thank you, Tom. 7 for 7 in save opportunities so far this year for Hector Neris, and it just looks like you're pitching with a whole lot of confidence late in these games now.
You know, man, just have to come here, come to the game and try to help my team for winning.
Talk a little bit about having to go through this lineup, because this is a tough lineup. We saw them in Colorado. They can hit the balls. How do you approach guys like that late in the game?
You know, anticipate every pitching for pitch. I know this is aggressive. I know that I have a lot of good hitter there, but I have my pitch. I throw my pitch for the strike and when I want it, and for both what I want it for, because I want to strike out and ground ball for everybody.
You're asked to get 6 outs in this game to get this save. What's the most difficult thing about that, coming back out?
You know, when you can, you healthy, you throw him more than that. You know, just I'm coming for throw the best I can, no matter how many outs he is. Like, he wants a 6 out, one throw a 6 out for him.
And you're able to get the save for Aaron Nola and get this team 2 wins in a row and a chance to win, chance to sweep tomorrow afternoon.
You know, especially for Nola and my team, he working hard the whole game for winning. I have to come and for help him and support for winning the game.
Another save for Hector Neris. Thank you very much. There's that smile we know. Let's send it back upstairs.
Thank you.
All right, Murph, thank you very much. We appreciate that. The Phillies win it. Here's the final out. Odubel Herrera closes the glove and closes out the Rockies. Phillies win it 2-1 as they take game 2 of this 3-game series. Look at the celebration from Hector Neris. We'll be back through the finish line right after this.